Gurumba Bigai. It means g'day in Yagara, one of the Aboriginal languages spoken in the greater Brisbane area. Welcome to the Wobble and Jaw Sports channel. If you're new around here, hope I can get you to consider liking the content and subscribing to the channel. But if you are a regular around these here parts, thank you very much for the continuous support. Thursday night footy does not get too much bigger than this. Hold the ball. It is second versus third. Brisbane versus Penrith. How good. Thursday night footy blockbuster.
Look, again, it's absolutely really good, and I'm looking forward to it. But again, first and foremost, again, Wobble and Jaw, thank you for having me and a fitting introduction, obviously, given the circumstances. And while we're at as well, I'm from Port Augusta, also the land of the Bangala people as well. So again, with respect as well as the First Nation peoples. Thank you for having me, Wobble and Jaw.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in, starting to trickle in now. There's just doing the Fox League presentation with Matt Nabel on the screen now. What I want to do, hold the ball, is just share the screen with your mate so we can go through the team lists and what will be happening tonight. Hold the ball will be commentating on the Brisbane Broncos, I think for the first time this year, mate. And I'll be commentating on the Penrith Panthers. If you can take it away with the Broncos team list, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, over there it's got Reece Walsh at fullback, and then the wingers there are Arthurs as well as Selwyn Cobbo, and the centers are Kotoni Staggs as well as Herbie Farnworth. In the halves, there you see a pairing of Ezra Mam as well as obviously Jock Madden there with Adam Reynolds not playing. In the props, you see Flegler as well as Payne Haas, and the hooker there is Billy Walters. In the second row, you see Capewell as well as Jordan Ricky, and in the lock is Patrick Carrigan. In the interchange as well, you see Corey Pace as well as Jensen, Hetherington, as well as Tapau.
And going over into the Penrith lineup, Dylan Edwards at fullback, Taruva and To'o on the wing, Peachy and Crichton in the centres, Luai and Cleary in the halves, Leotta, Fisher-Harris and Kenny in the front row, Sorensen, Hosking and Yo in the back row. In the interchanges, Luke, Smith, Martin and Jamin Salmon. And on Sportsbet, $1.37 about the Penrith Panthers hold the ball, and the Brisbane Broncos are out to $3.10. What is your tip for this game as we can see the Brisbane Broncos in a huddle, mate?
Yeah, look, as Wobble and Jaw announced as well, I will be commentating on the Broncos. But I'm actually tipping Penrith here to run away with it just quietly. I think they'll be too strong, in my opinion, especially without Reynolds playing on the field there for the Broncos.
The kicking game or lack of kicking game that Adam Reynolds possesses will not be on show tonight. Jock Madden, mate, this is one of the biggest games of your career, if not the biggest. So absolute best of luck to you. As we can see, the Brisbane Broncos just starting to exit the sheds now. So we're a few minutes away. I reckon there could be, or not could be, there will be an introduction to country as well. So I might just turn up the volume if you don't mind, hold the ball, and we'll just sit and watch that because I want to show some respect and be silent as they do that, mate.
No worries, brother.
Yeah, dude. Look, this is the game of the round, Indigenous round, second versus third. As we all remember, in round one, the Broncos travelled down to the foot of the mountains and pipped them 13 points to 12. It was a double to Herbie Farnworth on that occasion. And the Panthers they were a bit hungover from their premiership win and all the players that represented their countries in the Rugby League World Cup as well. As we can see, Peachy and Staggs leading both their sides out into the middle of Suncorp, mate.
Yeah, look, again, it's looking forward to it. But what a wonderful occasion as well, as you touched on there, Wobble and Jaw.
Alrighty, so what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to turn myself down. I'm going to turn that telly up, and we're going to have an official welcome to country. And I reckon there could be 30,000 people inside Suncorp tonight, which will be friggin' fantastic. And just again, to everybody that's tuning in, thank you so much for choosing us. It's pretty competitive on YouTube tonight, but that's good. It's great for the rugby league community as well. So thank you to everyone that's chosen us right now. So I'll just turn up the volume and we'll be back in just a moment.
The place we have called home for over 65,000 years. She told me the song called Yarra. And Yarra means a horse. Can you all say Yarra? Yarra! I'm going to sing this song. It comes from my farm. You might not follow the telly tonight, where some of his family shall recover. Some of his family going to come out here and do this. Anyone from Sherbrooke and up from all those areas, stand up and do the dance with us.
Representing the Brisbane Broncos, Indigenous leader Katoni Staggs, who exchanged preparations with Tyrone Peachy of the Penrith Panthers.
A celebration all its own, and we'll be seeing 8 unique welcome to countries as this weekend goes on.
Alrighty. Well done. Alrighty. And we're going to see that 7 more times as well this weekend, man. But alrighty, let's rock and roll, dude. Brisbane Broncos, man, they have been able to break more tackles than the Penrith Panthers so far in 2023. Penrith Panthers defense is the best in the competition. So Brisbane Broncos need to get seriously angry, bro, and they need to be the first try scorer to be a real chance. Jock Madden, I think he's played maybe 20 first grade games or thereabouts. So, and look, you can see Selwyn Cobbo on the screen, and now we've got Tyrone Peachy. I wonder if we're all synced up on the board, but Selwyn Cobbo, Ezra Mann, Reece Walsh, absolute blockbuster tonight, mate.
Absolutely, and I believe we are. Look, I think the Broncos do come in here respectively with a puncher's chance, really. In saying that, though, like you said, they've got to get aggressive, get mean, but we'll straight into it there, Wobblejaw.
Yeah, kickoff is underway, mate, and Luai takes it and it is James Fisher-Harris that has the first hit up 5 meters out from his own try line. Brisbane Broncos versus Penrith Panthers underway, man. Here's Leota, met very quickly, primarily by Jordan Ricky over the 10-meter line. They are centre field at the moment. Isaiah Yeo now with the 3rd carry of the set, and he will be stopped about a metre over his own 20-metre line. 30 seconds gone. Kenny finds Leota. This is Leota's 2nd carry of the first set of the contest, and he's able to make 10 or so meters. 4th tackle now, and in the hands of Dylan Edwards, and he again makes about 9 or so meters and makes it up over the 40-meter line. Already a bit of a divot in the turf as Nathan Cleary takes it all the way downfield, mate.
And here we go, the future superstar. If he's not one already, Reece Walsh there gathers the ball, and he runs straight wide there. Gee, he's all business tonight again as he bumps up and he runs again, but is dragged well there by the Penrith Panthers. He made about 30-odd meters, I think, at that carry there. Now we have Madden now going out left this time here. Solomon Cobb over the ball in hand. And again, he's been such a sensational talent in the last coming weeks as well. Well, this season, full stop. So there you go. Again, going left this time here. Madden with the ball off to Herbie Farnworth, who takes a hit up there. About 4 meters taken there. 3rd tackle set now. Just over the 5 meters now away from the half line. No, now over the halfway line now here from Payne Haas. Fourth tackle set here now. Madden goes out left here. Apologies. And Kerrigan with the ball this time. He gets tackled. Fifth tackle set here. And going out, and a big kick here from Madden.
If the defense can hold well here for the Brisbane Broncos, as Taruva takes it, might have been high. Ricky and Luai are getting into it a bit. Here's Dylan Edwards now to take up a second hit, but it looks like Broncos might start better in the territory game to start off this game, but they've got to defend here as Sunia Taruva takes it up to the 20-metre line and is met there by Payne Haas and Pat Carrigan. Third tackle now, Mitch Kenny passes right to the ruck and finds Brian To'o, and he's able to make about 6 or 7 metres. 30-metre line, midfield. And there's a penalty because someone fell asleep or someone was offside. I think it was Kurt Capewell, unfortunately. So, yep, Kurt Capewell gave away the first penalty of the game. Man, bugger, there goes the territory.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't afford to do that against the Penrith Panthers. Far out.
Alrighty, so the Penrith Panthers are going to start a fresh set on the far left edge. Right on halfway, Luai, Sorensen. Sorensen makes about 3 or 4 metres there, met very quickly again by Carrigan, Haas and Tom Flegler. Tackle 1, inside Brisbane territory. Kenny passes right of the ruck. Cleary puts Moses Leota back under. He takes it up over the 40-metre line. He's now 30. Penrith, they are 35 metres out. Second tackle, Kenny continues the phase to go out right. Edwards puts Zach Hosking now under again on the far right edge of Suncorp Stadium. Again, turf is getting a bit scratched up already. Nathan Cleary now pops it to Isaiah Yeo, and he is a little bit left of midfield. They're only 20 metres out here, Penrith. Fourth tackle, Kenny comes back in, and Cleary finds Edwards. Short ball to Zach Hosking, who's playing up against his old team. 10 metres out. Kenny goes left. Cleary, chip kick, crossfield kick towards Crichton. Crichton does not win. It's Kotoni Staggs who does.
And Kotoni Staggs there with a quick tap. Now, again, he's got all that field to play with, but it's tackled well there by Cleary going low. Broncos now have the ball in hand. Off to Herbie Farnworth. Herbie runs and he makes about 8 odd metres in that run there. Broncos on the front foot here, so we'll see what they do. Walters goes out left here again to Arthurs this time round here, coming all the way from the wing. And he's well handled there, makes about 5 metres here. What do the Broncos do? Going out right this time here, over to, I believe that's Flegler there. Yes, it is. And again, Flegler pumps the legs and he gets over the halfway line. Third tackle set here. Broncos will do well to use the ball good here. Carrigan, and he opts to dummy. Takes the tackle as well. Fourth tackle now. Broncos on the front foot here through Walters. Off to inside ball from, Madden to Walsh. Good play, but stopped by Yeo there. Experience absolutely showing there. Madden there, pressure, but he gets the kick away.
And Dylan Edwards takes it and is tackled well by the Broncos. Pat Carrigan played that ball directly east that time on the third tackle. Fair dinkum as Sunia Taruva is met by Payne Haas and Billy Walters on his own 10-metre line. Luai passes right of the ruck to Peachy. Peachy only able to make about 5 metres. It's third tackle. They're still inside their own 20 here, Penrith. The ball goes to the grass. Miscommunication there from Kenny Edwards and To'o, but To'o will be tackled inside his own 20. Poor set here from Penrith Panthers so far. So Moses Leota does all he can and just charges on forward. Tackled inside their own 30 are the Penrith Panthers, and Nathan Cleary strikes it downfield, mate.
Big kick, but I'm definitely surprised at that offensive set there from the Penrith Panthers as Reece Walsh collects and he runs. And he makes about 20-odd metres there, 15-odd before he's met well there by the Penrith Panthers. First tackle set here now, the Broncos. And Israel Mam off to Arthurs. Jesse Arthurs pokes his head through, makes it over the halfway line as well. Good set of metres there. Mam, and again, Broncos with the fast play the ball through Herbie Farnworth this time, looking at the referee, complaining, but the referee says play on. Walters goes out right, and Payne Haas. Could have got the offload there, didn't though. Fourth tackle set now. Broncos going up right this time here. Off to Mam, off to Kotoni Staggs, and he fights in vain there, and he carries the ball over the 10-metre line. 10 metres out now, fifth and last Madden with the ball. Broncos approach left, right, centre.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it bounced off Crichton, went backwards. Thank goodness Hosking was there. Brisbane starting the better of the two teams here tonight. Stephen Crichton fends off Jesse Arthurs, makes a 20-metre run. Fantastic stuff. Crichton plays the ball on the 20-meter line. Here's To'o for a big carry to make 10 meters. And keep in mind, Origin selections are this Monday. So a lot of players trying to impress Billy Slater and Brad Fittler as the ball has come all the way out to the left edge, and it's Scott Sorensen who is tackled on his own 40-meter line. Edwards starts at a dummy after the left, and Luai slips on this Suncorp turf, which has been bloody. It's been a barrier all season long up there at Suncorp as Nathan Cleary strikes it high up in the night sky.
Yeah, we're getting collected by Jesse Arthurs as well, and he runs and he makes about 12 odd meters in that carry there. And yeah, you're right there, Walbin Jaw. It's not the best looking grass at the moment as Ezra Mam. Oh, penalty. Here we go. There we go. What the Broncos needed. Again, they've been playing really good early, as Walbin Jaw mentioned there. And but really though, how can the Broncos, I suppose, take advantage of this? It's a big task. Obviously, Penrith Panthers are definitely defensively up for it, so we'll see what happens there. Madden goes for a kick, and he collects about probably 20 odd meters in that exchange, that kick there. Anyway, just about near the halfway line here. Herbie Farnworth taps it and plays it. Here we go. Madden on the ball, goes out to Big Flegler, and Flegler is going to run his way over the halfway line here. Makes about 6 odd meters in that run. Walters looking left, looking right, goes out right this time here off to Madden. Madden off to Payne Haas, and he does well to pump the legs. The legs are pumping there, and Payne Haas makes about a good odd 8 to 10 meters in that carry. Second tackle set here. Walters goes out left this time here off to Madden, and there's been a 6 again as well for the Broncos, which will work in their favor as they're closing in on the try line here again. Through Walters going out left this time here off to Ezra Mam. Walsh steps in off to Farnworth. Farnworth goes in, he goes out, and he's ducking around, he's fending, and he goes off to Walters off to Carrigan with the ball in hand, and he carries and he offloads it this time here. Broncos unfortunately lose a bit of ground here through Walters, and he's going and he's darting, and he passes out here to Cobo. Saul Cobo with the ball in hand, runs 20 meters away with the ball, but he gets tackled there. And now the Broncos are about 15 odd meters where they were before. Madden off to Carrigan on the ball in hand off to Mam. Mam plays it off to Cape Will. Nearly, but he gets tackled there again. 5 meters out. Here we go. The pressure is looming. Oh, hang on. The referee says to play the ball again. Walters goes up to Carrigan off to Madden. Madden sees the gap, gets tackled. Unfortunately, there it closed very quickly on him. Fourth tackle set here, going out left this time here. Carrigan with the ball, but he opts to take a step inside and just take the tackle. Here we go. Fifth tackles here. Man, off to Farnworth. Farnworth tries to duck. Gets tackled there, but he offloads it anyway. Walsh with a kick. Straight into Leota. Here we go.
And Leota offloads it left to Dylan Edwards, and Edwards is tackled 12 meters out from his own try line. A good set there from the Brisbane Broncos, but a little bit left to be desired with their end to set there as the ball comes through Peachy just beyond his own 20-meter line. Oh, and Fisher Harris was hit heavily by Flegler after he passed the ball, but it wasn't late. It was all fair game. Third tackle, Kenny goes right. Oh, and there's Carrigan to hit Fisher Harris again. Nice contact from Brisbane, and Fisher Harris is trying to make Carrigan bloody boil over, but to no succeed. What am I talking about? Moses Leota plays the ball 5 meters short of the halfway line, and Nathan Cleary gets it the hell out of his own territory, mate.
It was good defensive set there from the Bronx. And again, Jesse Arthurs, no apologies, Reece Walsh, sorry about that. Reece Walsh collects and makes about 5 odd meters in that carry. Ezra Mam now goes up to Jesse Arthurs, and he's just going to run up the guts there, but he's swarmed in there by the Penrith Panthers, who'll be looking to take advantage of this position here. Mam opts to run instead, but he's met well by a brick wall there called Moses Leota, and he tackles him there. Third tackle set here now. Broncos moving up closely, though, about 10 meters out from the halfway line here for the hands of Selwyn Cobu. Now make that 5 meters now. Fourth tackle set here now. Walters off to Carrigan. Carrigan there with a long head makes it over the halfway line to about 45 meters out now from the try line. Jock Mancher's going to boot the ball downward.
Oh. All right, so the kick looked like it was going to go out on the full, but it's actually gone dead. So a 7-tackle set here for the Penrith Panthers. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, by the way. Thank you. Dylan Edwards taps on his own 20. Here's Brian To'o, and he makes 10 meters. So he's going to, it's tackle 0 on the 30-meter line. Kenny, goes left of midfield to Taruva, who's having an outstanding season and is well in calculations for Dally M Rookie of the Year. He plays the ball just beyond his own 40, pass right to James Fisher-Harris, and there's Flegler once again, and it's a penalty because Flegler went too bloody high. But I thought that might have been beyond his own 40, because I think once it goes over the opposition's the ball carrying team's 40, it's then just 6 again. So I don't know. I'm a bit confused about that. It's 6 again inside ball carrying territory of the 40, and then once beyond that, it's 6 again. That's the impression that I was under. So 12 minutes has gone here, and the Panthers are on the attack within an instant. They're only about 25 meters out here. Scott Sorensen will play the ball on Brisbane Broncos 20-meter line. Cleary now finds Liotta. Liotta, a barnstorming run, will play the ball on the Brisbane Broncos 10-meter line. Fisher-Harris passes left to Cleary. Oh, cut out pass at the back to Luai. Luai cut out pass to Sunia Taruva. Oh, I think momentum carried him over for him to score the first try. The ball did land before the touch line, before the try line, so there might be a double movement, but they're going to look at it, man.
I think that was a try. I don't think there was a case for double movement, in my opinion. I may be wrong, but looking at it though, live, I don't think it was. But here we go. The replay's going to show it. Yeah, that's a.
Forget any slow motion replays. I think it could be double movement. Yeah, momentum does get him there, but he did pick up his right arm back off the turf. But you and I have been going flat out to try and get correct decisions all friggin' year, mate. So we'll see. It is yet to be confirmed yet.
Absolutely. Look, unfortunately for the Broncos, it just collapsed after the unfortunate kick there from Jock Madden. Defensively as well, they didn't hold up. But yeah, we can see through the replay here.
Oh, it's confirmed.
Try, yeah. Look, in my opinion, Wobbenjaw, I thought there was a try. I don't see too much of a double movement there. I'll argue that momentum is probably what they're looking at there, Wobbenjaw.
Yep. No, but look, I can live with that. That's fine. That's fine. We've definitely seen worse being given, and vice versa. So Sunia Taruva scores the first try of the game. It's 4-0 after 14 minutes. Nathan Cleary from the left touchline, looking to hit it over the black dot. Lining up. He shoots. And it's just in. A nice little bit fade back to the right. So it's 6-0 after 14 minutes. Hold the ball.
Yes, it is. And again, credit to the Broncos who have started well. But unfortunately, if you're going to lead off with a bad kick and obviously lead with a head high, things just aren't going to work your way, particularly against the Penrith Panthers there. But how did the Broncos respond? We'll have to wait and see.
It was a really tricky shape that the Panthers laid on. Scott Sorensen running a decoy run and did well not to get in the way of anybody. He stopped in the line, but he just found the right space to not impede anyone as Dylan Edwards takes it on the full, and James Fisher-Harris is met on the 10-meter line. Blockbuster style, mate. Oh my God, my KO's just gone off again. I'm going to call up KO again, mate. Can you please take over for the time being?
No worries, you're okay. Yotta there with a barnstorming little run there. And again, we're going to have Brian Toto lead the charge here. Again, the Broncos now about 15 odd meters out from their halfway line here. The Penrith Panthers, apologies, through the hands of James Fisher-Harris. And he's definitely not short or any more running, right? He wants to keep running all day, all night. And again, Yo with the ball in hand this time here. He makes about good old 20 meters on that run there. Good little run there from the captain of the Penrith Panthers. Going out left this time here is Kenny. Fifth and last here through the line. They got up to run. PG with the ball in hand. He just gives it a bit of a darting little kick. Is it too strong a kick? It is too strong, unfortunately. Then it shaves a bit too much. Shaves off too much there. Sorensen looking at PG saying he should have gone inward. Probably should have been the case there. But nonetheless, though, we have the Broncos here with the tap restart. Well, their 7 tackle set too. As it shows here, Coburg getting tackled. And again, to lay the platform here is Jesse Arthurs, and he's just going to run up there and he gets hit hard here. Now, Billy Walters with the ball in hand. Goes up left this time here, off to Herbie Farnworth, and he's going to get closed real hard there. Broncos there, about 5 meters up from the halfway line here on the front foot here. Carrigan off to Madden, and there's been a bit of a gap there, but unfortunately there for the Broncos, it was closed well again from the Penrith Panthers. It's Jordan Ricky and James Fisher-Harris have a bit of a push and shove, and it's going to stop here. The ref's going to stop play. I would argue and say that Jordan Ricky actually started that. He shouldn't have, but he did. He shoved James Fisher-Harris there unnecessarily, and obviously Fisher-Harris is going to react in kind. Knees him in there. You could argue and say that, probably was not a cannonball tackle, but obviously an unnecessary tackle there. But, yeah, look, here we go.
That looked like me and KO at the end of this game. Hold the ball. That's what's going to happen. But yeah, I think he'll get away with it. Like he hit him in the backside or in the kidney region more than a cannonball tackle James Fisher-Harris did.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. And again, Jock Madden here off to Flegler. And again, about 20 meters off from the try line here. The Broncos will do well to try and change their course of this game here through the hands of Walters, who opts to pass. And then that looked forward, in my opinion. But anyway, Carrigan with the ball rolls on. Going out left this time here, Walters off to Payne Haas. And again, the Penrith Panthers are up at him, but Payne Haas is going to get tackled there. And he's tackled well, actually. And about 15 odd meters out here, Broncos, what can they do? Second tackle set off to Walsh here, and he's going to step, and he's going to pass it to Walters with the ball. Madden, and he saw a gap there, and he loved it, but unfortunately it closed there. First tackle set here again. Another set restart here. Walters off to Flegler. Flegler going to ramp the guts here, and he's taken downward 5 meters out here from the try line. Walters with the ball goes up left to Mam. Mam off to Capewell, but he's collected well there. No, he's not. He was looking for the offload too. Third tackle set here. Broncos 5 meters out. Arthur's off to Mam. Mam off to Carrigan. Carrigan on the ball. Pumping up forward. Flegler. And just as the prop forward was just about close to the line, it got closed there by the Penrith Panthers. Desperate on defense here. Fourth tackle set here. Off to Mam. Goes for a darting kick. And again, the wrong option there, wobbling jaw.
Poor kick, man. Didn't get any of it. Brian Toto passes off the deck. It might have been these headgears, mate. Crichton and Toto. How the hell can you tell it? So here's Crichton now, barnstorming his way into Billy Walters, but he's knocked on. Stephen Crichton's knocked on his own 30-meter line. So Brisbane Broncos get a second chance, man. Broncos don't look bad. They're challenging the call here, Penrith. Ooh. They don't look bad, man. I'd love to see Jordan Ricky be put into a gap or find a gap and just put your foot on the accelerator, mate.
Yeah, for sure. It would be. And sorry there, Wobbin. We're just looking at the replay here. I don't think there was any malice in that one there. I do believe it's just a cold knock-on from Stephen Crichton. But there is a lot of hands in there.
Oh, I think I saw a rapid motion from Walters.
Yeah, well, true. If you see the ball, it does give that sort of motion, right? That it's been raked out. Yeah,
successful. Yep.
We'll call it wob and draw. Absolutely. Ricky needs to find the ball for sure. A lot more than he has been.
Besides a play the ball from Carrigan that was directly west, it's been a good refereed game so far.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Nathan Cleary just having a discussion and finds touch inside Brisbane territory as the Panthers will resume play through Moses Leota, takes it up over the 40-meter line. And again, it's Carrigan and Haas that are doing a lot of the tackling on Fisher-Harris. And Moses Leota, here's Isaiah Yeo now, arcing his way back towards Haas and Carrigan. Kenny passes left. Cleary passes back right to Moses Leota. Leota has got his hand all in the face of Pat Carrigan. And Leota will play the ball here. Kenny passes left to Cleary. Cleary out the back to Tyrone Peachey with a cutout pass and just went a little bit too far back for Peachey. Had to reach back and get it. So it's fourth tackle. They're 10 meters out here, Penrith Panthers. Nathan Cleary now going all the way out to the right. He's allowed to run. He can break the line. He offloads back to the left to Moses Leota. Oh, wonderful bit of skill from Nathan Cleary. Wonderful work from Moses Leota to back up. But Adam G is sending up as a no try, hold the ball.
Gee whiz, probably is the case there, Waldman Jaw. A case of hold the ball, so we'll see what happens there.
Oh, well done, Kurt Capewell.
Capewell. Good defensive effort there from Kurt Capewell. Again, on his former teammate as well, right? If you wind the clock 2 years ago, there you go.
Yo. And Moses Leota has been hooked. He's going off the field. No, he's not hooked. He's just going off for a bit of a break. But wow, Nathan Cleary, what a freaking play that was, man. Brisbane Broncos get the ball back.
They do indeed. And again, Jesse Arthur is going to take the first hit up here. Again, Broncos, what can they do? Through the hands of Herbie Farnworth, again, he's been all over the park tonight and continues to be. Walters off to Cobbo, and Cobbo's just going to run up the guts here. Broncos trying to add some shape. Well, I would suggest they do. Hang on. Penalty.
Penalty for offside.
Side. There you go. Much needed break there for the Broncos.
So that just quickly as well, that was the first error of the game, by the way, and we're 20 minutes into the game.
Good quality game for sure. Absolutely. Here we go. Through the hands of Madden, off to Payne Haas. He's got collected well there. Makes about 4 to 5 odd meters in that run. Billy Walters now with the ball, about to pass, and he goes left this time here, off to Madden. Madden off to Flegler, and again, Flegler is going to try and find a gap, but it's closed well here. Now the Broncos, about 30 odd meters out from their try line here, off to Madden. Madden into Walsh. Walsh, oh, he sees the gap, he spots it. But unfortunately, the light closes there on him. Goes out left to Carrigan. Carrigan in the ball in hand, off to Madden. Madden.
Oh my gosh. What a hit from Crichton. To'o's just picked the ball up now. There's a scuffle back and back play, and Jordan Ricky is there to contain To'o, now in Brisbane territory. Panthers, a forward pass from Dylan Edwards out of dummy half. Ball's now with Luai after Cleary connected with him. Oh, man, it's all happening. They're 30 meters out from the try line, Penrith. Dylan Edwards passes right, finds Cleary. Cleary then finds Lindsay Smith now. There could be a 6 again coming here. Cleary just marching his way, creeping his way forward towards the try line. They're 10 meters out here. Kenny comes back infield, left of the ruck. Edwards all the way out to Luai on the left. Here's Peachey. Cut out pass to Taruva. Taruva, good defense, and it's been picked up. Oh, it could be play on here for Penrith Panthers as Luai pats it on to Liam Martin. Martin then offloads back to Luai. Luai just starts steaming from 25 meters out. Passes right to Dylan Edwards. He's arcing his way. He's trying to bustle his way through the line, and they're going to be stopped on 0 tackle. 5 meters out from the try line, directly in front of the goalpost as Kenny passes out right to Cleary. Back under is Hosking, and it's tackle number 1. Holy dolly. Hosking will play the ball. Kenny passes left. Yo, back under is Lindsay Smith. Met solidly. Can he get the offload out? No. Billy Walters does well. Oh, and it's a penalty because Walters is a goose. He's a bloody goose who didn't let go of him. So if I'm Penrith, I'm taking the 2 to make it 8-0.
Look, you may as well, but I'm just going to go back to that moment there, that big hit on Ezra Mam. It must have been legal because obviously play was allowed to carry on, but gee whiz, you did well there, Bob and Joe, to keep on talking. I was going to have to order a oxygen gas mask there for you, but you did well. Good on you.
What a hit. What a hit.
Oh, right. I want to see the replay on that. Was that legal, though? Because it was just too fast for me to see.
Yeah, there has been no replay here. So, Ezra, man, like Stephen Crichton he's the intercept expert, but just over the past few weeks, he's been putting blokes on their backsides and driving them into the ground, man. But yeah, Crichton read that like a book, and Ezra, man, I think that was just about one of the biggest hits he's ever copped in first grade, as we got Nathan Cleary just right in front. A player of his caliber could do this blindfolded, 10 meters out, right in front. And Bob's your uncle. It's 8-0 after 23 minutes. The Broncos are in this game. Let's see, we got the replay here. Oh, man, I think it was fair. Just the whiplash on Ezra Mam was huge.
You can see the Broncos there going up in arms, but I think it was just a really good hit, fair hit too, whiplash and all.
I'll tell you what, if they didn't decide to have a scuffle and they continued to play to the whistles ref, they follow the ball back downfield, they might have been a little bit more composed and not have given away that penalty. They decided to try and stop the play and have a bit of a fracas in back play, but that was a great call by the ref to leave it play on. So well done to the referee in that instance. It's a niggling sort of game, man. It's good stuff. Reece Walsh kicks off and Luai takes it, passes infield to Lindsay Smith, and he's going to be stopped about 12 meters from his own try line. Kenny at dummy half, passes right of the ruck to Liam Martin, who's got a quest on him tonight, man. Trying to fight his way for a Blues jersey tonight is Liam Martin. Here's Zach Hosking now taking it up over the 30-meter line. Their midfield, Penrith, third tackle. Isaiah Yeo able to weave his way towards halfway, actually. That's a good run, but stopped there by Pat Carrigan. Kenny passes right, and Nathan Cleary just puts a cute little kick downfield towards the sideline, but there's Walsh to take it on the fourth tackle.
And again, well collected there by Walsh. And about 20-odd meters now from the halfway. Oh, my goodness me, Walburn Joel. Knock on!
Man, we have had a truckload of rain up here in Brisbane over the past 3 or so days, man. But this Suncorp turf, man, looks awful. And it's going to host Origin in about a month's time, man. But I can't remember the last time Suncorp looked so poor in a single year, bro.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. As I mentioned beforehand, it doesn't look pretty at all. And on screen, it doesn't look great. Thankfully, we didn't see this stuff happen on Magic Round. It wasn't this bad.
Absolutely. So 20 meters out here, and they're having the scrum on the far right edge, and it's worked its way towards Scott Sorensen, who's stopped 15 meters out. Midfield, Kenny on tackle one, passes left to the ruck to Cleary, finds Luai, they connect, and Tyrone Peachy is arcing his way back towards the middle of the field or towards the right. Here's Kenny now, he goes to the right. Liam Martin just kamikaze run, but he's stopped there by Carrigan and Capewell. Third tackle, they're 5 meters out here. Kenny, a long pass towards Cleary to the left, and Cleary, he's fighting his way, but he's not going to do it. Stopped about 2 meters out. Kenny waits a dummy half, passes right to the right, finds Yo, cut out pass to Edwards. Oh, there was just enough space there to maybe work his way into, but good defense by Herbie Farnworth primarily. Last tackle, and there's 14 minutes to go in the first half. Kenny finds Cleary midfield. Cleary puts up a big kick towards Tyrone Peachy, but up above them all is Selwyn Cobbo.
Selwyn Cobbo, yeah, we all love this player here. And again, got Donny Staggs, but again, you see the Penrith Panthers rushing up now. The question is, how can the Broncos get out of this right now here with the hands of Arthurs, and not much movement at all. Made about 5 meters in the exchange there. Third tackle set already. Broncos through Herbie Farnworth here, and he's going to run. And he makes probably about 7-odd meters in that carry here. The Broncos very desperate now. Fourth tackle set here. Going out left here is through Walters off to Tapa'u, and Tapa'u's collected well there again, and he made about probably 2 meters in that exchange. Fifth and last, only about 21 meters made here. Dropman third forced to kick that ball downward.
Yeah, they're in trouble here, the Brisbane Broncos. They got to hold on here and try and force the error. Oh, and there's Pat Carrigan. I've said his name bloody 25 times tonight already. There's a huge dividend back play as well. Brian Toto plays the ball, and here's Taruva to take it up over the 40-meter line inside Penrith's territory. Second tackle now. 13 minutes to go in the first half. Mitch Kenny passes right, and the referee's just asking for the ball to be played again. Mitch Kenny passes right, finds Tyrone Peachy, and he's over halfway by about 4 or so meters. Third tackle, Kenny midfield, passes right, finds Yo. Yo pops it off to Liam Martin, and he bumps off a Brisbane Broncos player who goes flying back. He plays the ball on Brisbane's 40-metre line. Cleary now goes way back out to Dylan Edwards, who was standing deep. Hosking feigns to pass to Toto, but he's shrugged off a couple of Brisbane players. Cleary stops the ball, he's finding someone to run. Scott Sorensen does. He got the ball and is able to make 10 or so meters. Great stop there, and experience shown by Cleary. Kenny goes left, finds Luai, puts Tyrone Peachy into a hole, but a try. Saving tackle from Jock Madden. Well done, young man. Well done. That's good stuff from Jock Madden, because Peachy was going over.
Yeah, that's right. They're the numbers too. If he was ever going to offload too, if you find me shaking my head, it's just because of this turf. I'm just Joe. I'm not liking it at all. This is player welfare here at this point that I'm talking about here. Someone's getting an injury anyway. Someone cobble over the ball, and the Broncos run it up just a bit more here. Ezra Mam goes out left here to Herbie Farnworth, and he's just going to get tackled there about 8 odd meters. Man, that run is here. Payne Haas walking out the field there to puttle with the ball. It makes about 8 odd meters here. Now about 20 meters from the halfway line here are the Broncos. 4th tackle set here for the hands of Carrigan, and he's going to try and charge up forward here. This is the carry the Broncos need here. And again, a good, strong carry there, made about 15 odd meters here. 5th and last here through Walters off to Reece Walsh. Bit of a darting kick here, followed by Ezra Mam. Ezra Mam's going to collect it. Should have passed it. Didn't pass it, Wobbling Jaw. Should have passed it. Didn't pass it. Opportunity gone begging.
Oh, yeah, man. That was a great play from Walsh. Hope to see more of that. Don't let that knock his confidences. Brian Toto now has his headgear ripped off. Play number 1 now, and the ball goes towards Dylan Edwards, and he takes it up over the 30-metre line inside his own territory. Kenny continues the face to go out left, and here's Sunia Taruva, met solidly there by, I think it was Kobe Hetherington. Kenny passes right infield. Yo, flat pass back left inside towards Lindsay Smith. Takes it up over halfway though. It's 4th tackle. They're inside Brisbane territory. Here's Yo. Out the back to Cleary. Cleary passes right to Hosking, and he was looking for the offload, but good tackle there by Capewell. Last tackle. They're 40 meters out here. Cleary from midfield puts up one of his classic bombs, bro.
All right, this does not look good. This is a barrel. And a wild click there by Selwyn Cobbo. I'll tell you what, though, the way the Penrith Panthers are playing, they remind me of last year. Just that grinding play. Nothing fancy, just grinding and grinding away. And gee whiz, it's working in their favour slowly as the game goes on here through the hands here. Walters going out left. Sorry, Madden. Off to Mann. Big cut-out pass here off to Farnworth. And he's going to stop and run, but it gets tackled there by Crichton. 3rd tackle set here. Arthur's going outside now, this time here right to Capewell there. And about 20 odd meters, from the halfway line here. Now going out left this time here with the ball. Right, sorry, apologies. Gee whiz, Kotoni Staggs nearly had it there, but he was tackled, chopped down really well there as the Broncos were building up some momentum. Going out left here through Hetherington, and a big boot here is forced there by Walsh, 5th and last.
Too good in defence from the Penrith Panthers as Dylan Edwards takes it on his own 30, and he's passed all the way out to Brian Toto, who's shrugging off defenders, but he's going to be tackled just shy of his own 40-metre line. Waiting for a play the ball now. Ball goes back in the inside midfield towards Crichton, and he's met very quickly by Kobe Hetherington just beyond his own 40-metre line. Kenny goes left of the ruck, finds Edwards, and Edwards just a hit up. Just another freaking head up for the bloke. Plays the ball on halfway. Kenny passes right and finds Liam Martin. Liam Martin, a flick pass to Zach Hosking, if you don't mind. Hosking will play the ball on Brisbane's 30-metre line. Kenny, pass to Cleary, puts Isaiah Yo into a near hole, but he just skittled a lot of players, and now the ball has found its way to Jerome Luai, but Jordan Ricky stops Luai from just moseying about midfield. Luai plays the ball. Ball goes out left. Cleary ricocheted off, and there's going to be an error here. There could be a try. Sorry, I don't sound so excited, but that was a ping-pong motion. I think primarily there will be a knock-on from Brisbane Broncos, but I'm not too sure if there wasn't an error there involved from the Penrith Panthers as well, bro.
I think that's a try. Granted, fast, everything was chaotic, but it bounces off Walsh in that exchange there, and I don't think there was hands on it until Sorensen collected, but when he did, he was over the try line. That's the way I saw it there, though, Walden Joe. So we have to see what happens there as we're looking at the replay. Yeah, knock on there from Walsh. And everyone's scrambling for that ball. Here we go. Oh, is that a clean collect, Walden Draw?
I think so.
Then
Now we
if
just got
that's
to see the grounding.
Does Cobbo get penalised for that? Just quickly. Obviously, his intention is not to kick Sorensen, but we've seen that be penalised before.
Oh, look, mate, how many times have we seen a kicking dangerous play not given over the years, bro? I'd be amazed if right now Cobbo was penalised, but that is no try. So there was a bobble from Scott Sorensen? Wow, okay, I didn't see it. All righty. Wow. So the Panthers are going to get it 10 meters out from the Broncos try line. It's man. I'm a bit perplexed by that one too, man. So the scrum is just left of the goalpost. They're 10 meters out. Peachy feeds the scrum. Kenny passes all the way out to Cleary, who's standing midfield, and pops it off to Zach Hosking, and met solidly there in defense by the Broncos. Kenny waits at dummy half, passes right to Cleary, puts Crichton under, and Crichton, oh man, good run from Crichton. He gets bloody 2 meters, 3 meters to the try line. Kenny passes left of the ruck all the way out to Yo. Yo finds Luai. Peachy's now got the ball, and he's stopped solidly there by Chuck Madden and Katoni Staggs. It is third tackle, Luai. Long pass to Cleary, who's in midfield. Cleary finds Yo. Yo, short ball to Zach Hosking, but great tackle there by Ezra Mam. Fourth tackle now. Here's Liam Martin, and Kenny decided not to pass it, but it's all the way with Peachy now. He's got it on the far left edge. They're 10 meters out here, the Penrith Panthers. Luai passes right to Cleary. He's looking for Stephen Crichton, a leap above them all. And it's a knock-on from Penrith in any event. It's a knock-on from Penrith.
Yep, knock-on Penrith Panthers.
Come on, ref, just call it, bro. Nah, he's called it. So, yeah, no, well, look, it's yet to be confirmed. But, man, I know I'm not standing out. I'm not standing out there in the middle of the paddock, bro, but that's come off Zach Hosking.
Oh, hang on.
Gee whiz, mate. I've gone off too early, haven't I?
Hang on.
He's gotten a piece of it, surely.
Oh, that looks like Furby, all Furby right there.
You got to. I know they got 12 screens in front of him, man, but I'd love to see myself a replay of it. It's yet to be confirmed. Here we are. He's touched that. Yeah. It's a real quick flick, but he's surely got his right index finger to the ball. And here's Adam G to call time off for a moment.
No, I think your original call, Wobbling Jaw, is suffice. It was definitely a knock-on from the Penrith Panthers.
Right there.
Yep.
Oh, man. They're just strangling the bloody life out of the Broncos at the moment, man. But the Broncos, they've had such a great season, but they're just getting dominated by Panthers, man. They're reading them like a book, the Penrith Panthers.
Yeah, exactly. They are. Again, with all due respect to the Broncos, they've been playing well, but I'll tell you what, the Penrith Panthers, they're here to definitely play for sure. And again, oh my goodness me, Mitch Kenny met him well there, and the Broncos trying to drive him back there through Liam Martin. Apologies there for the hands here. And again, it's going to be a bit of a run here, and I believe that's Hetherington with the ball in hand. Sorry. Corey Pace there. And again, a big buff run here from Jordan Ricky, who's been very quiet this half. Not very uncharacteristic. Again, Broncos in the front foot, though. About 5 meters up from the halfway line here now. through the ball in hand there. Going out left this time here through Carrigan. Carrigan off to Mam. Mam off to Walsh. Walsh the ball in hand off to Heather. Sorry. Oh, goodness me. Farnworth here with the ball in hand. He bumps people off and he spins and he dukes and he gets tackled eventually. Fifth and last here. About 35 odd meters here. Jock Madden kicks the ball. Fifth and last. These chases everywhere here, Waldman. Joe, what's going to happen?
Oh, and Sunia Taruva leaps up and takes it up on his own 10-meter line, and he's swamped there by Jordan Ricky Luai from midfield, passes right of the ruck to Tyrone Peachy, and he's only able to make a couple of meters. The Brisbane Broncos, they've got to score some points before halftime, I feel. Edwards goes back inside and finds Taruva. Oh, man, he is met viciously there. Will play the ball, third tackle, midfield. There's 6 minutes to go in this first half, and here is Brian To'o to take it to the 30-meter line. Fourth tackle now. Mitch Kenny passes left, back infield towards Edwards, and Martin Tupper, who slips over, and that probably allowed Dylan Edwards to make about 5 more meters than desired. So here is Nathan Cleary from his own 40, and he drives it downfield, mate.
That's it, and it's going to be collected by Reece Walsh, and Reece Walsh here pops it off to Jesse Arthurs here, and Jesse Arthurs makes almost about 10 meters in that run there. Broncos there, 5:33 to go in the clock here for the first half. Walsh goes out right here off to Salwan Cobo, and he gets tackled there by Tyrone Peachy. Beautiful one-on-one tackle there from Peachy. And again, off to Kotoni Staggs, and he makes about nearly 10 odd meters in that carry there, about 9 odd meters with the ball in hand. His pace here going up to Carrigan here, and Carrigan's just going to do what he does best, charge the ball up with no fear. Fourth tackle set here, pace, goes out right here, off to, again, Hetherington, and he's on the halfway line here. Fifth and last here for the Broncos. Bit of a decent, okay-ish attack here as Jockman boots the ball up high. Broncos.
Yeah, I feel like the Brisbane Broncos have quickened up the pace here. They know the situation that they're in. As Dylan Edwards is tackled on his own 20-meter line. Cleary waits at dummy half, appealing for a penalty, passes right to Brian To'o, who makes himself 10 or so meters, will be stopped on his own 30-meter line. Second tackle, 4.5 minutes to go. The ball goes out left towards Sunia Taruva again, stopped on his own 40-meter line. Third tackle, ball goes out right towards Tyrone Peachy. Can he make it to the halfway line? He's going to be stopped just short of it. Fourth tackle, Kenny passes right, finds Yo, and waiting at the back is Cleary. Cleary finds Hosking to Dylan Edwards, who's third man from the right edge, and on last tackle, Nathan Cleary on his own 40 puts it towards Selwyn Cobbo's edge.
Here we go. And Selwyn Cobbo, collects the ball there, but he's dragged back in momentum. Now here the Broncos, what can they do with the ball in hand here? About 10 meters away from the Penrith Panthers try line here. Probably not the best place to be here as Gordon gets tackled here, makes about 2 odd meters in that carry there. Goes out left here, Madden off to Ezra Mam. And unfortunately, there's just nothing going for the Broncos at the moment here, Walbin Jaw, as they're looking around left, right, centre. And again, Madden goes out left this time here off to Herbie Farnworth, who's probably been their best player on the offensive end, I think, anyway. And he's looking for a penalty there. It does not happen. And again, Carrigan just going to pump the legs. And he gets tackled just short here. And their own 30-meter line, Reece Walsh forced a kick very early. Not that much meters made there, Walbin Draw.
Nah, man. Nathan Cleary leading the charge. He's having an excellent game. Dylan Edwards, though, making about a 25-meter cart back, stopped 5 meters shy of the halfway line. Here's Stephen Crichton, is it? Maybe it's Brian To'o. It is Brian To'o who takes it up over halfway by 5 meters. Here's Stephen Crichton to make himself about 8 or so meters over Brisbane's 40-meter line. It's third tackle, Kenny, passes left, infield to Cleary. Cleary finds Luai, and Luai's met solidly there by Jordan Mickey. It's fourth tackle, 30 meters out from the try line. Kenny passes right to Cleary, looking for someone to run off, and it's Liam Martin who bulldozes his way over a couple of players, and Dylan Edwards is wrapped up there by Herbie Farnworth. Kenny, last tackle, finds Yo. Waiting at the back is Cleary. Cleary, he dummies, and he can't get off the offload. So they're going to have to work it from inside their own 20-meter line, the Brisbane Broncos, to finish off the first half.
How do they reply? How do they get out of this? Because the Penrith Panthers have been basically just restricting them. Has been really tough here. So someone carries the ball. Second tackle set here. He makes about 2 meters in that carry there. Pays off to Arthur's here.
Ooh.
Arthur's really jolting run. Unfortunately for him, he gets jolted back there just a little bit by the Penrith Panthers. Pays goes out right this time here off to Tapa'u. Tapa'u with the ball in hand, and he's going to try and go forward here, and he does. Makes about 10 odd meters in that carry here. Fourth tackle's here for the Broncos. So about 10 minutes out from the halfway line here for the handsy of Herbie Farnworth. And again, he's been so good here. A minute 30 to go in the clock in the first half. Going out right this time here. Pays off to Madden. Bit of a big boot here. What happens?
And Sunia Taruva takes it inside his own 10, and he's going to be stopped by Kobe Hetherington on his on the 20-meter line. There's a minute 15 to go here. The Broncos, they need to hold on. Luai cut out pass to Brian To'o. Crichton's waiting on the right edge, and no, he will be stopped there by Jesse Arthurs. Cleary waits a dummy half, passes left infield towards Stephen Crichton, and he makes about 7 or so meters, 5 meters short of the 40-meter line. Third tackle, there's less than a minute remaining. Kenny darts out a dummy half a little bit, finds Cleary. He then just pops it off to Lindsay Smith, who will be stopped pretty much on the halfway line, centre field now. 45 seconds left. Fourth tackle, Kenny passes eventually to Nathan Cleary, who decides to come back left. Oh, there was an opportunity there for an intercept by Jock Madden. Dylan Edwards, though, he's got the ball now. He's just blockbusted his way up the guts, and there's Tony Staggs to put an end to a potential try-scoring situation. But it's last tackle. Sorensen passes all the way out right to Nathan Cleary, and he just runs himself, and it's just gone underneath the legs of everybody. But Jerome Luai's got it now. He's going to try and put Dylan Edwards under Edwards. Passes all the way back infield to Isaiah Yeo. Isaiah Yeo, cut out pass to Zach Hosking. I think the Broncos might have the numbers here. And, well, no. Nathan Cleary was tackled there. So that's it. That's it. Helter-skelter way to finish a real tug-of-war game. And Brisbane Broncos, they can take confidence out of the fact that it's only 8 points to 0, but Penrith Panthers, I don't want to say they're doing it easily, man, and they don't look rather concerned. But yeah, dude, that Penrith look good, man.
Absolutely, they do. I suppose obviously it's trying to tread carefully here, but they don't look like they've been struggling in this game. The Penrith Panthers, they look like they've been in control, and that I don't think they've looked flustered. If anything, they've definitely in this game here. My takeaways, they've definitely missed some opportunities to score tries, but in no way have I seen them as a team that's been threatened in this game, apart from probably the early 5 to 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah, Brisbane Broncos, they absolutely started the better of the two sides. I'd say they were the best team after maybe the first 10 minutes of play. And then Penrith Panthers, man, they've come up with revenge on their mind after dropping points to the Broncos in round one. Nathan Cleary has been outstanding tonight, man. And a shout out to Liam Martin, a quick, fresh reaction as well off the top of the dome. Since he's come onto the paddock, he has broken tackles every time he's touched the ball, man. Isaiah Yeo has been reliable as always as well. But Sunia Taruva and Brian To'o, the wingers as well, just always getting them out of trouble, bro. To'o and Taruva for the Penrith Panthers, man. And conversely for the Brisbane Broncos, Jock Madden, not quite. It didn't put a foot wrong. He actually even saved a try as well. But Jock Madden, even if Adam Reynolds, man, this might be a bit controversial, mate, but even if Adam Reynolds was playing tonight, I still think it'd still be the game that we've got right now. I think the Penrith Panthers have played one of their best halves of the season so far, man.
Yeah, look, Wobben Jaw, no word of lie. That's what I was thinking during the game. I was actually thinking the same thing. I thought, if Adam Reynolds comes, again, respectfully, I don't think this changes. I really think there would be no answer to sort of go against what the Penrith Panthers are showing and producing in the first half there, Wobben Jaw.
Yeah, definitely. Like Adam Reynolds probably could have worked out maybe 50 more kicking meters, I guess, but we've all got it there. So it's 8 points to 0 at halftime. I'm just struggling to remember what the first try was. It was just a really nice shape on the left edge. And Luai threw a cutout pass to Sunia Taruva, who had enough space just to utilize his speed and score in that in that corner. Billy Walters, I think, gave away 2 or 3 penalties in that first half, and one of them led directly to a penalty goal. And the Brisbane Broncos, they did have maybe 4 sets where they were on the Penrith try line, but their enter sets inside Penrith's territory, about 10 meters out from the try line, really buggered them up in that first half, I reckon, hold the ball.
Yeah, no, agreed there. I don't. Yeah, I feel like the Broncos definitely had the opportunities, as you mentioned, but I just think they're lacking that polish. Now, again, obviously, Adam Reynolds not there. Does he make a difference? Again, that's the big question. I would argue and say he doesn't, but definitely some missed opportunities there for the Broncos. Alternatively, just quickly as well, Penrith Panthers, even though it's 0.8 them leading, look, I still think they're being in control, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll go into the stats now. So 58% of possession has gone away of the Penrith Panthers. So again, you'd probably think that would swing its way back towards the Brisbane Broncos in the second half. A full 5.5 minutes more with ball in possession, but the completion rates from both sides in pretty slippery, shitty conditions, minus the actual being rain up there at Suncorp, has been excellent. 91%, 86% respectively. Panthers leading the way in that stat. Only 2 or 3 errors from both sides. Let's stop right there, hold the ball. That Suncorp Stadium turf has been crap all season long. And again, I can see that we've had pretty torrential rain up here in Brisbane for 3 days straight now, man. But there was no rain yesterday. And there was no rain today as well. But that still looks like a mud pit. And unfortunately, for Dolphins and Storm players and fans, they're playing on that same friggin' ground tomorrow night as well, bros. On Saturday night. Oh man, and let alone that, the FIFA Women's World Cup is coming up in July as well, and that's going to be torn apart as well. Suncorp Stadium turf and grass managers should be right under the microscope for the next couple of weeks, mate.
Look, thank goodness I'm not thank goodness I'm not in charge of the lawn there. That's what I'm going to say, Long Jaw, because it's going to be a very, very tough task. Don't you worry.
Yeah, absolutely. So post-contact meters, not a whole lot of post-contact meters. So that's more of a compliment towards Brisbane Broncos. They've been hitting and sticking. They've been rather aggressive at times, actually. And I think the reason why the Panthers scored their one and only try of that game was because the Broncos, there was a massive hit on Ezra Mann by Stephen Crichton, and a quarter of the Brisbane Broncos team decided to have a bit of a fracas because it looked like that there could have been an instance of a high shot, a shoulder charge by Stephen Crichton on Mann, but that wasn't the case. It was a clear, clean hit on Ezra Mann. Just the whiplash made it look so dramatic. But yeah, they decided to have more of a fracas instead of focusing on Brian Toto, who ran 60-odd meters downfield. And in the space of that 90 seconds, Sunia Taruva did score that try for the Penrith Panthers. Let's go down now. So it's 4 line breaks to 0 to the Penrith Panthers as well. And we'll go for even further down. Missed tackles, 23, 21 missed tackles. I didn't think there'd be that many missed tackles, but play on. Penalties conceded 4-3. Yeah, Brisbane Broncos need to be a bit better in that department. But, mate, it's been the Nathan Cleary show. He's been outstanding tonight, bro.
He has been. He's been doing what good halfbacks do, Auburn Jaw, and that's lead the park, that's look for opportunities, and again, that's also creating them as well. He's been really good with the kicking game as well, which has added more to the Penrith Panthers there. But also defensively as well, I don't think he's been too bad. But again, it's been a Nathan Cleary masterclass, as you've sort of touched on there for the Penrith Panthers, which is good to see heading into, obviously, surprise, surprise, Origin as well there around the corner.
Well, we've got something here, mate. I know someone who needs to pull their socks up, hold the ball. Looking at the player stats, look at Jordan Ricky there. He's had 1 run for 14 meters, mate. And you called him out, not in an overly negative way. You just said he's having a bit of a quiet half. And defensively, he has not been bad, but we'll see in a sec. But one run for 14 meters, that's where they need a bit more from. Katoni Staggs, I think he's been limited by Penrith. I'd like to see a little bit more from him. I just think they've done such a good job on Reece Walsh and Jock Madden, Billy Walters, most of the spine players. I think Ezra Mann is working his backside off. I reckon him and somebody that you pointed out as well too, Jesse Arthurs and Herbie Farnworth. That looks like the edge where where tries could come from, because I think Mann, Farnworth, and Jesse Arthurs has probably been their best players in the back line anyway.
Yeah, no, agreed. And I touched on them as well. I think Farnworth in particular has probably been their best attacking player. I know he's definitely been trying his guts out there, but you touch on Ezra Mann too as well. And he's somebody that I suppose if they go to that left edge, they can definitely find some holes there to try and expose. But just quickly as well, Reece Walsh, as you mentioned, not the Reece Walsh we're being accustomed to seeing. He's been totally shut down. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes back in the second half.
And just looking at Payne Haas as well now, man. I've just lost him for a sec there, you bastard. So we've got Payne Haas at 5 runs only for 43 meters. But again, it's probably a decision where they wanted the backs to have a bit more carries inside that first half to reserve some energy for the forwards. So Payne Haas, I think we're all anticipating that he's going to come out in the second half and explode. And Pat Carrigan, he's had himself a great half, 10 runs for 97 meters. That's the most of any forward. As a matter of fact, Toby Farnworth is the only player for the Broncos who's ran over 100 meters actually in that first half. I'll just scroll all the way to the tackle count as well, just quickly. So tackles made. I think who tops the tackle count there is Pat Carrigan. He's been immense and he hasn't missed a single tackle. And there you go. You've got Payne Haas, who's made 26, Walters 27, Capel 23. So I'm hoping and expecting to see a hell of a lot more of an explosion from the Brisbane Broncos in that second half.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, look, granted, they've been on the back foot for a lot of the game. As you can see, there's some individuals are definitely trying to, they're definitely putting their hands up there. But again, it's all about that collective effort heading into the second half there for the Broncos. But as you can see, I really do think there's a tactic there. Just quickly, Jaw. I think they're going to reserve the big boys to come up big and hard, for the second half there. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Man, looking at bloody Nathan Cleary, he's already ran for bloody how many times? He's ran 6. Your halfback has ran 16 times for 111 meters. That's outstanding from Nathan Cleary, mate. Dylan Edwards again, 163. Brian Toto, 176. It's the back three. Well, really, it's the entire back line, bro, of the Penrith Panthers that's just destroying it right now. But, I mean, look at that. James Fisher-Harris, 1 run for 5 meters. 1 run for 5 meters from James. Oh, no, sorry. He's only got 1 point. Sorry about that, Mr. Harris. 5 runs for 23 meters. I'm sorry. I went a bit cross-eyed there. But it's still a little bit low. But, yeah, dude. Just they're doing it really kind of nicely at the moment, bro. And I got the same feeling from the Melbourne Storm last weekend, hold the ball, that while it was competitive and the decisions in that game are better left not spoken about for the rest of time, I feel like the Melbourne Storm did it kind of nicely against the Broncos there with about half an hour remaining. And tonight, the Panthers, they don't look too overawed, bro.
No, not at all. There was a moment there in the first half where I sort of touched on it. I was just thinking about the way the Penrith Panthers were playing, and just to go back to that, I sort of said something along the lines of, this reminds me of the 2022 Penrith Panthers, just that grinding sort of a game, just that arm wrestle where other teams just fatigue, they hate it, it doesn't work in their favor. Whilst for the Penrith Panthers, this is the type of game they love, that grinding out type of game, and as you can see there, the players are they're relishing off of it. The likes of Toto, Edwards, Cleary, Luai as well. I'm sure in patches there. But again, this is a Penrith Panthers game here, led by Cleary, far out. And I'm not surprised at the scoreline, but like I said as well, just quickly, if they had not botched some of those tries there, I'm sure it'd be 13 plus already there, Waldman Draw.
Absolutely, and it's only been denied, not massively, like just a touch of the finger there on Zach Hosking, a little bobble from Moses Leota, a try-saving effort from Kurt Capewell, batting the ball out of Moses Leota's hand just as he was going down to score a try after Nathan Cleary made an amazing break of the line from about 15 meters out from the Broncos try line. Really good stuff, but yeah, again, I keep harping on it. We keep harping on it. Cleary, he's been the man of the match so far, man. He's been absolutely outstanding. Now, just quickly, just to change pace a little bit, I just want to quickly talk about one thing. Luciano Leilua, bro. Luciano Leilua, he went to court today and all off season, he has not played. And we've been hearing that his lady that he was apparently vicious towards his missus was saying, it's okay, let him off. I don't want to press any charges. It was just a bit of a spat. This morning, I'd suggest he was proven to be innocent, and Luciano Leilua then got special, or the Cowboys got special, a special go for letting Luciano Leilua to be a late inclusion on the team list. And I reckon he's going to come straight on in just before kickoff on Saturday twilight when the Cowboys go down to Leichhardt Oval. As we see the Penrith Panthers now, they're back out on the paddock. Not too sure about the Broncos, but Luciano Leilua back for the Cowboys this weekend, man. Freaking fantastic news. And just does my head in that you've got other players like Francis Molo, who's allegedly been stalking someone, but he's been free to play all season long, and it was known about in December, and he only got a 2-week suspension. So that boils my blood, bro. So we've got Brisbane Broncos here. Look, I think they're still. I think they're capable of winning this game. Broncos. It's only 8-0. They've got to pull out some serious tricks, man, because the Panthers have read everything that they've done. So they've got to maintain the intensity. But they're a hope. I still give Brisbane a hope, but I'm still tipping Penrith, mate.
Yeah, look, just quickly, Broncos need to be next to score. They need to be first to score.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no doubt. Honestly, I'm going to call it. If the Penrith Panthers scored first in this half, it's game over. I'm sorry, but that's it. Like the way the game's been going. So Broncos need to score first. They need to for the sake of this game. But yeah, look, it's all Penrith Panthers. Will it be the continuation in the second half? We'll have to wait and see.
So Brisbane Broncos just coming back out onto the paddock now. Shot of Reece Walsh there. Reece Walsh hasn't been bad tonight. It's like no one's really been bad tonight. It's just they've been contained. They've been limited by Penrith.
Exactly right.
All righty, Penrith Panthers. They kick off and Broncos are running right to left, bro.
Here we go. And again, to start things off here, there, but he makes a few good odd meters. Reece Walsh here going up left here, off to Hetherington. Hetherington about 5 meters made as he tries to muscle his way forward here. Penrith Panthers here through Pace, and again off to Carrigan, and he does well to sweep Liam Martin out of the way. Makes a few meters too, and he's tackled there, third tackle. About 15 odd meters now from the halfway line here through Marty Tapa'u. And again, Pace going out right here, off to Madden. And the fourth tackle, he's going to kick the ball, surprisingly.
Fourth tackle, Brian Toto takes it on his own 22. Panthers running left to right. And the first... Oh, no, Toto offloads the ball back to Cleary. Nice offload there. So he will play the ball on his own 30-meter line. G'day, Kevin Walters. How are you, mate? I'd love to continue to watch the game. All right, 30-meter line. No, 40-meter line? Where are they, mate? 40-meter line already are the Penrith Panthers. Here's Sunia Taruva to make his way to the halfway line. Midfield now. Sunia Taruva plays the ball on halfway. Kenny goes out left to Luai. Here is Scott Sorensen playing as center. Scott Sorensen passes all the way out to Tyrone Peachy. Peachy, a Hail Mary offload. Tapa'u nearly intercepted, but he knocked on. It's now fresh set here for the Penrith Panthers, and Jerome Luai throws a 14-meter pass all the way out to the right. Crichton decides to go back left. Here's Nathan Cleary now dummying to pass. Lindsay Smith was hit off the ball, man. And it's 0 tackle in the Panthers in a blink of an eye, 10 meters out. Here's Lindsay Smith now. It's first tackle. Here is the second tackle now. Oh, gee whiz. Kenny passes right. Back under for Liam Martin. Third tackle. They're about 3 or 4 meters out. Third tackle. Kenny from midfield of the right passes left to Cleary and puts Jerome Luai back under, and he's dummying his way and arcing his way, but can't find a hole to pop on through. It's fourth tackle, a little bit right of the goalpost. Kenny passes left infield. He dummies and he goes himself, but is stopped there. A couple of meters out, last tackle. Kenny passes left. Nathan Cleary. And it's come off the shoulder of Tyrone Peachy. So Brisbane Broncos survive a huge scare, man.
Gee, it was good defensive set there from the Broncos, though. Again, with all that pressure there, is it a sort of an omen of things to come, perhaps, for the second half here for the Brisbane Broncos. Anyway, we see Carrigan again carry the ball up, makes about 6 odd meters in that carry there. First tackle set here, pays, and he goes out right here again, and it's going to be well run here by Jordan Ricky, his second run of the night, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. And he's going to play it here. Pays off to Herbie Farnworth. Herbie Farnworth continuing on from where he left off in the first half here. And Pays goes out left to Tapa'u. Tapa'u with the ball in hand. And he's going to storm forward here. He's going to look for an offload as well. He gets it off to Farnworth. And about 10 minutes out from the halfway line here. But again, Farnworth tries to borrow his way through, but is tackled. Fourth tackle set here off to Reece Walsh. And he's just going to head down and just kick the ball down there.
It's a 40-20 attempt, and Brian Toto, he had it covered, but he could have got there quicker, and Brian Toto now met by Kobe Hetherington on his own 10-meter line. It's a good kick by Walsh, found a lot of turf, so Penrith Panthers, they're going to work their way out from their own 10-meter line, and I hope that's not a penalty from Ricky. No, it's not. Okay, so second tackle, still inside their own 20 meters here are the Penrith Panthers. Tyrone Peachy takes it up over the 20-meter line by about 5 or so meters. It is third tackle now, waiting for a play the ball. And here is Dylan Edwards just to have another hit up. That's probably 173 running meters for tonight for Dylan Edwards. Here's Lindsay Smith, and a lot of room to move there for Lindsay Smith. They're up to halfway now here, the Penrith Panthers. It's last tackle. Kenny passes right. Nathan Cleary standing midfield, and he puts up a high kick.
I'm surprised the amount of ground they gave up there, Robin Draw, as Arthurs holds the ball and he carries it and he's going to run up. And he gets tackled, probably made about 10, probably 8 odd meters in that run, most of it sideways. Off to Cape Ball here. He's just going to go up the guts here. Makes about 5 odd meters in the exchange here. Reece Walsh, acting dummy half, scoots it off to Selwyn Cobbo. Cobbo going to try and drive the legs 15 meters out from the halfway line here through Pays. Pays goes out left this time here, off to Carrigan. And Carrigan, again, obviously going to try and set the tone here for the second half, as he's done with his fourth carry here of the night here in the second half. So Pa'u carries it over, and he's going to try and just continue to head down, bum up, walk his way through. Makes about a good 12 meters.
Oh, no. What a terrible bloody play the ball, Tapa'u. He felt himself going, and he bloody dropped it. It was a good set. It was a good set.
You could see that unfolding. That did not look good at all there, Wobbenjaw.
Again, it's a damp old night up in Brisbane, but it's been a lot of rain over the past few days. It hasn't been rain for a couple of days, so it's still pretty damp out there. So Panthers now a lucky break, man. Midfield scrum. Nathan Cleary waiting to feed the ball. And he feeds it, and the ball goes out right towards Stephen Crichton. Again, Panthers are running left to right of screen, and eventually Crichton will be halted 5 meters shy of the halfway line. Kenny continues to go out right through Zach Hosking. Zach Hosking now tackled just a meter or so beyond halfway, and there's a chance here that Tapa'u has given away a penalty here, but no, Hosking just plays the ball. Well done, young man. Second tackle now, and here is Liam Martin. And he pops the offload out to Dylan Edwards, and he's able to break away from a tackle. And here's Scott Sorensen now, and he is tackled just short of the 40-meter line. They're in Brisbane territory now, the Panthers are. Kenny passes right of the ruck. Yo, dummies, goes himself, hit by Tapo U, and will play the ball 30 meters from the try line. Kenny goes left, finds Cleary. Cleary, Scott Sorensen back under. Sorensen able to make about a 6 or so meter run and will play the ball just beyond the 20-meter line. They're about 17 meters out here. The Penrith Panthers, as Cleary puts up a high kick, and it's taken well by Reece Walsh. Well done.
Reece Walsh there thought he had a little bit of a break there, but Stephen Crichton met him and dragged him about 2 meters back as well. Arthur's off dummy half, and wow, well tackled there by Crichton and co. Second tackle set here, Ezra Mam, acting dummy half, off to Herbie Farnworth now. Farnworth going to try and find some holes there, but again, it closes up on him there. Broncos struggling to get out of their own 30-meter line, 20-meter line even. Got Donny Staggs with a knock on there, Waldman Jaw. Probably not the best moment to drop the ball there again.
And Jerome Luai wants to play on, and he finds Tyrone Peachey, and now the Panthers, they're about 15 meters out from the try line. They're on the left edge, and it's worked its way towards Lindsay Smith, who just takes a bit of a settler. 10 meters out, midfield. It's only tackle one. And Kenny goes left, finds Yo and Martin. Just bumped off a Brisbane Bronco player. It's second tackle, about 5 meters out, right in front of the sticks. Kenny goes left, finds Yo. Yo stops on his run, and he's fighting his way to the try line. And it's stripped by Reece Walsh. What? I don't know. It's.
What's he thinking?
I wish I was listening to the referee just then, mate. No, like the ball was over the try line. I thought maybe. I mean, they can challenge it.
Was it over the line?
It was on the line. So in a try-scoring situation, you're allowed to strip it. The ball was over the line. Oh, that's a fascinating call there by the referee and Reece Walsh. And I'm thinking that I might be falling on the side of Reece Walsh just quietly, man. It's second tackle. We play on. Yo plays the ball, second tackle. The ball comes infield towards Lindsay Smith, and he's going to eventually be stopped by Pat Carrigan. Third tackle, right in front of the sticks, midfield. Kenny decides to go out right. Dylan Edwards waiting at first receiver. Goes to Cleary and puts Stephen Crichton back under. And he just is stopped short there. Nice hard run. Kenny goes all the way out left. And Cleary dummies, stops on his run and breaks the Brisbane Broncos defensive line and adds to a stellar night that he is having. Nathan Cleary scoring a try, 12 points to 0, 10 minutes into the second half. Whoa, man. I just need to immediately go back to that Reece Walsh stripping of the ball. I'm still a little bit hard to keep up on when players are allowed to strip the ball in try-scoring situations. And Isaiah Yo, he was stopped right on the try line. The referee may have thought that he wasn't ever going to score the try, but technically the ball was on the try line, maybe a little bit over, and I thought Reece Walsh might have a case.
I just need to ask a question there. First and foremost, great try there by Nathan Cleary, but I need to ask the question of Waldman Jaw. Is the ruling, is it in the act of a try, or is it just purely the ball over the try line? How does that rule work? Because see, I'm leaning more towards the referee as opposed to Reece Walsh, because my understanding is that, is it supposed to be in an act of scoring a try, or is it just purely the ball over the line? Because I don't think Yo was acting to score a try after he got stopped.
It's probably in the act of scoring a try. But I tell you what, man, if you are allowed to be offside in your own in goal, surely maybe you can strip in that sort of situation. I don't know. That's a fascinating call, but probably the right decision made. But it's great awareness and knowledge from Reece Walsh. It's a great question to ask by Reece Walsh. Yeah, that's a fascinating one, man.
That's interesting. Yeah, there you go. Look, in saying it though, unfortunately there for the Broncos, I did sort of touch on it. If Penrith Panthers score, then they're probably going to run away with this. Obviously, I'm still going to give the Broncos a chance here to all you Broncos fans watching, but with Payne Haas on, we'll see what happens. But gee whiz, is an uphill battle here, Wobbenjaw.
Kickoff resumes, and it's a deep kick. Oh, here's Liam Martin off the back fence and meets Payne Haas, and Payne Haas drives him back a little bit. So Panthers start on their own 10-meter line. Kenny goes left to the ruck. Here's Moses Leota, met solidly there by Jordan Ricky. Alrighty, second tackle now. Kenny continues to go out left. Isaiah Yeo now takes it up over the 20-meter line by 5 meters. Third tackle. Kenny waits. Kenny goes back out to the left, finds Scott Sorensen, and Sorensen's able to make 10 or so meters, stop just shy of the 40-meter line. Kenny goes right, infield. Dylan Edwards just takes a hit up on fourth tackle. Doesn't need to do any more than that. On halfway, he stopped. Here's Jerome Luai, and he puts up a higher kick.
Here we go. What's going to happen? Okay. Here we go. What's the ruling here, Wobbenjaw? Knock on Panthers. Broncos ball. Okay. Here we go. Jock Matic. And he plays the ball here off to Salwan Cobo. And again, the Broncos are going to start off again on their own 20-meter line here for the hands of Kotoni Staggs, who are offloads as well, off to Madden. Now off to Walsh. Big cut-up pass up to Capel. Things are happening. Here we go. Capel of the ball in a fend and a run. But he gets tackled there. And he gets tackled there. Here we go. Herbie Farnworth, acting dummy half, goes out and he scoots and he's going to run instead. Tries to borrow his way through, but is tackled there. 5 meters out from the halfway line here. Third tackle set here now. Broncos off to Pace and off to Payne Haas here. Payne Haas gets tackled, but he's on an offload. Off to Carrigan now with the ball in hand. And he offloads again, a bit of ad-lib footy here. And off to Jordan Ricky with his, I think, third run now. I'm not counting or anything like that. And our fourth tackle set here, the Broncos. Go out left this time here through Hetherington. Bit of a loose carry as well. How's the ref going to rule this?
Six again.
Six again. And through the gap there, gee whiz, you could argue there's been an obstruction.
Oh, wow!
And a try. We'll have to go back to that replay there, Wobbenjaw, I think. But a good try there by Reece Walsh. Beautifully done.
Wow. I agree. I think the Panther might have punched it out of the hands of Kobe Hetherington, but look, we're going to see a replay of it. But I'm happy that the referee continued on play, man.
For sure. And again, it was just all, all offloads galore. Globetrotter-esque, if you will. And again, a beautiful break there by Madden. And again, Reece Walsh there with the finishing touches. Nobody's going to touch him there with a clean pair of heels as he dives in there, Superman style, and gives us a good try celebration at the end there, courtesy of that sensational run from Madden. Here we go.
I think I might be pulled back, mate.
I think so too, Wobbenjaw, but I hope not, honestly, but I think it will be.
Yeah, I didn't see any. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was a pure knock-on, in my opinion. Here we go. There.
Yep. Mitch Kenny has had a good game tonight, I feel, as well. So Kenny hit him pretty much right underneath the armpits. Kobe Hetherington, loose carry there. Kenny's point of the shoulder, punched it out. Kenny, man, he's been really good tonight, man. That's what I reckon anyway.
Yeah, he has been. And just quickly as well, Liam Martin too, coming off the bench. He has been an absolute dynamic player coming off from the bench there for the Penrith Panthers. But again, good tackle there from Mitch Kenny. And alas, it's not to be there for the Brisbane Broncos, Wobbenjaw.
Midfield scrum here for the Penrith Panthers, just shy of the 40-meter line. And Nathan Cleary feeds it. Sonny Luke is out on the paddock now, and Stephen Crichton has the first hit up, and post-contact meters galore. They now find themselves inside Brisbane Broncos territory, and Sonny Luke waits at dummy half. He passes left, finds Isaiah Yeo, puts Moses Leota back under, and he will play the ball midfield on the 40-meter line. Second tackle, Luke goes left to Luai. Scott Sorensen now has the ball. Tackle just over the 30-meter line. They're about 27 meters out here from the try line are the Penrith Panthers. Yo's got the ball. He goes out the back to Nathan Cleary. Here's Zach Hosking now, and he drives upfield, midfield, and will be stopped 15 meters out from the try line. Fourth tackle, Sonny Luke goes left. Oh, and Isaiah Yeo, he drops the ball. Oh, and Brisbane Broncos fans and players have a collective bloody sigh of relief.
You know what, though? The way the Penrith Panthers have been defending, though, Wob and Jaw, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a tough ask. But instead, if you're the Brisbane Broncos, you're going to love that. But I'm going to wait and see how they respond, because Panthers will be up for it after this one here. They'll be ready, fiery, ready to defend. And it's a scrum here now. A minute later, probably, midfield for the Broncos. Virtue, though, on the Penrith Panthers try line here. 10 meters. Here we go. The scrum is played, and Arthur's with the ball. He's going to carry it up here. First tackle set here for the Brisbane Broncos. Going out right this time here, off to Herbie Farnworth, and he's going to get collected high, in my opinion, there. But play resumes. Going out left this time here, off to Capewell, who's going to be stopped about 5 meters in that run. Going right here now, off to Payne Haas. Payne Haas with the ball in hand, and he's going to try and soldier on, but he gets tackled there and left on the ground there, about 6 meters made in that exchange. And again, a bit of a scooting run here by Pace, but he's tackled. Fifth and last here for the Broncos, only 35 meters made. And it's going to be out wide to Walsh here. Walsh here off to Gotoni Staggs. Got Staggs off to Cobo. Fifth and last here. What's he going to do? He's got the ball up there, I'm sure. And he's going to try a juke dive. And he's going to throw the ball out here. Reece Walsh off to Madden. It's all frantic stuff here. He's going to kick the ball. Who's there to grab it? There we go.
It's Nathan Cleary, that man, and he passes right to Brian Toto. I like the Brisbane Broncos train of thought there. Tony Staggs just wasn't quick enough to pass it on to Selwyn Cobbo, who would have made a break. Stephen Crichton now will be stopped midfield on halfway. Second tackle, Sonny Luke waits at dummy half, and he's going to go left to the ruck. Dylan Edwards passes right to Sunia Taruva, who takes it over the 40-meter line. They're about 40 meters out from the try line. Sonny Luke passes right to Moses Leota, and he makes another 11 meters or so. Sonny Luke. Oh, it's a knock on by Moses Leota. So Penrith Panthers just leaving the door unlocked for the Brisbane Broncos at the moment.
Penrith Panthers, come on. They had their chances there, but unfortunately, again, Leota. Oh, there could have been a genuine case there for a challenge, but he didn't challenge it. The Penrith Panthers didn't challenge it.
The big old mitt of Payne Haas was undeniable, mate.
Absolutely, it was. You can't miss that one there, Waldman Joe. Here we go. Scrum here. Center of field, 30 meters now. 2 meters up from the halfway line here for the Broncos. Going out right this time here. And Kotoni Stash just going to collect it, and he gets tackled on the 30-meter line. Offside as well. Gee whiz, there you go.
Why was he not allowed to quick tap and go?
I rarely see it played, eh? What's the point in even having that rule there if you can't do that?
All right, now or never. Now or never for Brisbane, mate.
Absolutely. Mr. Madden there bites off a few meters there with that kick. Here we go. And it's all down to this moment here. Flegler with the ball. Carries it forward here. And now the Broncos are comfortably over their halfway line as well there, ladies and gentlemen. And about 30 meters out here, Reece Walsh with the ball in hand, scooting, darting. But gee whiz, wrong place to be there for Reece Walsh. Absolutely is near the touchline there, that's for sure. And we have Walters in going out left here to Madden. Carrigan, inside ball onto Payne Haas. Payne Haas is going to do it Terminator style. And he gets tackled there. Going out left there, Walters off to Madden. Madden looks around, off to Mam. Off to Herbie Farnworth. Farnworth with a bit of gap there. And he sees a try and he's nearly close, but it gets closed there. Penrith Panthers frantic on defense here Fourth tackle set here, going up 15 meters out with the try line here. Reece Ross goes for a kick. Turova chasing as well. You got Cobo, and he scores. Selwyn Cobo scores that try, from what I can see. And there you go. The Broncos are on the board. Good effort there. Good awareness there from Reece Walsh to obviously spot that gap there. And a beautiful try there by Selwyn Cobo. You touched on it before there, Waldman Jaw. They needed it. And exactly what's happened there. Well done to the Brisbane Broncos there, Waldman Jaw.
Nice. Reece Walsh has worked his backside off tonight, and I think he's just found himself in the game over the past 5 or so minutes, man. Just waiting to see if it's been confirmed or not. It's good to finally see Selwyn Cobo actually get involved in the action a bit, bro. Like, I know he's been contained like everybody else has in the Brisbane Broncos lineup, but he hasn't been much of a factor at all tonight, Selwyn Cobo. But there he is, potentially scoring a try, and it has been confirmed. Brisbane back in the game, man. Well done. But what do you reckon? Is Selwyn Cobo been a factor tonight at all, man?
Oh, look, in my opinion, we haven't seen the usual stuff from him. I think he's been contained well, but you've seen it in pieces and patches here and there. But yeah, I think that's probably the biggest moment he's had in the game thus far, and it's a very important one there as well. Waldman Jaw, very important one.
Still 20 minutes to go, and if that's the ignition, if that's what starts him up, there's plenty of time left in this game. Tony Staggs now from the sideline hold the ball. What do you reckon? Have you got him in?
No, I don't there, Waldman Jaw. I think he'll miss it.
Ooh. Tony Staggs will be calling you up, mate. Hey,
hey, that's okay. So long as he watches the show there, Waldman Jaw, it's all good.
This is true. This is true. Alrighty, so 60 minutes gone, and it's 14 points to 4, man. So 3 tries to win it, mate. Two tries to win it. 2 converted tries to win, mate.
Yes, it is. Broncos there now with that momentum. I'm sure they'll be looking to create more plays like that. But looking saying that though, Reece Walsh, good awareness, beautiful kick, pinpoint accuracy, and our Broncos have the ball. Here we go through the hands here of. Here we go. Looks like it's just going to be Jock Madden who's going to take it up, and he gets dragged back as well there for his Warriors. Walters goes out right this time here, off to Flegler. And Flegler's going to try but he gets tackled there about 5 meters, made. Walters now off to Carrigan. Carrigan here charging up the batteries there, so to speak. Winds up, and he gets up. Oh, there you go. Gee whiz, penalty as well there. I'll tell you what, I feel the momentum is changing. Jock Madden shaves off a bit there in the touchline. Broncos, can they repeat what they did last time? Wait and see. And off to Madden here, to Flegler on the halfway line here exactly. And he's met by the Penrith Panthers now. The Broncos will do well to shape up. They've still got a lot of attack in them, that's for sure. And the ref says, come back. Do that all over again. And I believe Walters here off to Madden. Madden off to Payne Haas. Standing start, but again, he makes about a good old 6 meters in that exchange. Walters looking left, looking right. Goes out left this time here. Off to Madden. Madden off to Walsh. Walsh with a darting pass to Kurt Capewell, who was looking for the offload, but was closed there by Cleary and co. Darting run here from Farnworth off dummy half, but he's met well there by the Penrith Panthers. But a good probably 10-odd meters in that run. 4th tackle set here, about 20 meters out. Carrigan left to Mam. Mam opts to run instead. Makes about a good 8-odd meters here. Here we go, 5th and last. What do the Broncos do? Where's the shape? Who is it going to go to? Jock Madden there. He's going to kick the ball. There's a lot of chases here. Here we go, Waldman Jaw.
Oh!
I think he scores it. I think he scores it initially, then he gets held up. Oh, interference, is that right? Hang on. we're just watching the replay here to see what happens. Ball's in the air. A lot of chases here, left, right, center.
Oh, Reece Walsh, mate.
Yeah. Okay. I would argue that Reece Walsh has absolutely prevented Peachy from even contesting there. But I think in this act here, hang on, we're going to go back to it. Wobbenjaw, do you reckon it's a straight penalty, Penrith ball?
Surely he didn't have any eyes for that ball. His first intention was to take out Tyrone Peachy to create the space for Katoni Staggs.
Yeah,
surely. I got no problem with his put down. Absolutely none at all.
I don't even think we're going to get to see the put down there, Wobbenjaw. I think it's going to be called back, Penrith Panthers ball. But if you guys can see there, ladies and gentlemen, just the on the replay there, you'll see Reece Walsh. Now look at him. Eyes on Peachy. And he basically, bang, he prevents Tyrone Peachy there from contesting for the ball, which is a fair, yeah, it's penalty there. There we go. I think I've just heard the whistle.
That is fair enough, mate.
Yeah, fair enough.
Correct.
Oh, hang on.
No, so it's going to be a penalty to Penrith right on the try line. Yeah, man, Reece Walsh had zero eyes on that pill, bro. But they are springing to life, mate. They've got some fitness. They're working out some plays, man. And wildly, I didn't think that it'd be Stephen Crichton and Brian To'o's edge that would be looking a little bit more vulnerable than Tyrone Peachy and Sunia Taruva's edge, to be honest with you, mate. But Tyrone Peachy taps on his own 20 and Scott Sorensen is able to make 5 meters. Play the ball. Out to Fisher Harris, who's back out on the paddock. Will play the ball on his own 30-meter line. The ball goes out right of the ruck to Isaiah Yeo, and he makes a good run, about 13 meters run. He will play the ball 5 meters short of the halfway line. Ball goes out right, and here's Jamin Salmon on the paddock now to have his first hit up, and he will play the ball 5 meters over the halfway line. Luke passes left to Dylan Edwards, looking for someone, but he just takes the run himself. It's last tackle now, and Nathan Cleary will be kicking on Brisbane Broncos 40-meter line, and he kicks that up high.
Here we go. And underneath that ball there is Jesse Arthurs, who collects it on his knees just about there, but he gets tackled about 5 meters up from the Penrith Panthers try line here. Man, looking around, has no idea what's going on, takes the tackle instead. That's a set there, unfortunately, tackle there wasted. And Walsh there off to Cobbo. Cobbo winds the wheels back, and he's going to charge forward there, takes a tackle, the third tackle set now here off to Herbie Farnworth. He's going to try and go inward, and he makes about 9 meters in that exchange there. Walters with the ball now. Broncos looking to play a bit fast here. Off to Madden, who steps, but he gets tackled there. Fifth and last here. Who's going to be the kicker here? I'm assuming it's going to be Walshy, and Walsh with the ball. Big little twisting bomb there. Gee whiz, ugly bounce as well. Whew.
And Dylan Edwards passes to Sunia Taruva. He pushes off Brisbane Broncos defenders. First tackle for the Penrith Panthers will be on their own 35-meter line. Luai passes right to Brian To'o. He makes about 6 meters. Second tackle, midfield, just over the 40-meter line. And Luke passes right to Jamin Salmon, and he will eventually play the ball right on halfway. Midfield, Luke passes left to Yeo. Yeo to Fisher Harris. Fisher Harris makes 10 meters. It is fourth tackle. They're 40 meters out from the try line. Luke goes further left to Luai. Luai flick passes back to Luke. Luke passes right to Cleary. Cleary finds Dylan Edwards back under. Edwards passes left to Isaiah Yeo, and I think the play will die there. But they have made about 15 meters on that play. 15 meters out from the try line. Cleary's got the ball now. Long pass to Stephen Crichton, who grubbers it towards Reece Walsh, and Walshy somehow... it's going to be a goal line dropout for the Brisbane Broncos, man.
Good pressure there shown by the Penrith Panthers, but again, also good positioning there by Reece Walsh. I think the Penrith Panthers were probably saying should be dead and goal, but I don't think that was the case there.
Surely the play here is that, well, he put his foot on the freaking
Okay.
sideline, and the touch judge was right there, man.
Okay. They do have a case then, Penrith Panthers. Oh, hang on.
What's going on here?
What? Oh, Penrith Panthers ball.
Yeah. Okay.
There you
So
go.
it's gonna. Yeah. So that now is the correct decision. It's now the correct decision, and they're going to have a play the ball 10 meters out. And this isn't what the Broncos wanted. They wanted to get that short goal line drop off to try and have Cobbo bat it back or even just catch it on the full. So Yo plays it right in front of the sticks, 10 meters out. And here's Moses Leota. Good, strong run, but met solidly there by Pat Carrigan. Tackle number 1, Luke feigns to go left. He might score a try from dummy half, but he's wrapped up nicely there again by Pat Carrigan. Edwards waits at dummy half. Passes left to Isaiah Yo. Yo puts Fisher Harris back under. Skittles Billy Walters a little bit and will eventually play the ball on the third tackle. Just a couple of meters out. And Sonny Luke feigned to pass to a bulldozing Moses Leota, but he's held up right in front of the try line. Fisher Harris at dummy half finds Edwards right of the ruck. Edwards just is going to break tackles. And the goal post stops him from scoring a try. Wow, man, that was lucky. Sonny Luke finds Nathan Cleary all the way out to the left. Now the ball is with Luai, and he puts in a grubber kick that was just, it had too much Milo on it, mate. Too much pepper, and it went over the sidelines. So they're still alive just here, the Brisbane Broncos.
Well, there's 13:17 on the clock to go there, Wobben Joel. So if the Broncos are going to be trying to rush things there, gee whiz, who would have thought that the goalpost there will be the only reason why the Penrith Panthers don't score that one there. Good run, though, nonetheless. Broncos here now on the back foot now, just over their 20-meter line here of the Penrith Panthers as Broncos try to carry the ball forward here. Now going out wide here is, I think that's Arthur's there. Third tackle set here. Broncos need to do a bit more, add a bit of shape here through Payne Haas. And again, he's going to run the ball here. There's no second phase footy, which is unfortunate there for the Broncos. Going out right this time here, off to Madden, again to Jordan Ricky. And that's his fifth carry of the game there, Wobben Joel. Fifth, I'm pretty sure. And fifth and last there, gee, was unfortunate set there for the Broncos, I think. But here we go.
All right, so Brian Totten now takes it on his own 20, makes about 15 meters, and will play the ball just shy of his own 40-meter line on the far right edge. Ball now is with Stephen Crichton. Crichton looking to pass to someone, but just takes the tackle. Second tackle now, about 6 meters shy, and he's holding on to his calf or his kneecap there. Play on Sunia Taruvan now, breaks over the halfway line by 5 meters. Midfield, third tackle, Sonny Luke. Darts out of dummy half to the left a little bit. Tried to get Corey Jensen for offside, I think it is, but play on. Fourth tackle, Edwards at dummy half, passes right to Nathan Cleary. And on fourth tackle, Nathan Cleary puts a kick into the in-goal area, and Jesse Arthurs just has to die with the ball in his own in-goal area. That is a terrific play from Nathan Cleary, man.
It absolutely was. Again, I spoke of Reece Walsh's awareness there and obviously spotting the opportunity. And Reece and Nathan Cleary does the exact same there. Good spotting. What do the Broncos have, though, in store after this? What's going to happen?
Oh, knock on surely by Edwards. It is.
It is.
All right, so they need to. This is it. They at least need to get a repeat set here, the Brisbane Broncos, even though they're 80 meters out. But it's a captain's challenge here because Edwards reckons he's knocked it on sideways, but it might just be a ploy to stop time. I'm not even going to attempt at it, mate. I'm not even going to attempt it.
I've got a feeling that it's going to be successful, Wobben Joel. I don't know why. I just have the sickening feeling it will be. I just do.
What is it, mate? It's unsuccessful.
Okay, there we go.
What is it? Oh, no. Wait up. Oh, my God, it is. It was successful. That's been a knock-on for so long, man. So really lucky there. I guess it's right. James Fisher-Harris now, tackle number 1 on the left of the goal post. They're about 15 metres out from the try line. They can put the game to bed here, can the Penrith Panthers, with 10 minutes remaining. Isaiah Yeo now tackled about 8 metres out from the try line, right in front of the sticks, midfield. Sonny Luke passes right to Nathan Cleary, puts Damon Salmon back under. Just a bit of a settler there. It's third tackle now, a bit right of the goalposts. And eventually the play the ball comes and Lukey passes out left to Isaiah Yeo. Nathan Cleary, cut out pass to Tyrone Peachy. He stops, he props. He's forcing his way towards the try line, but he's wrapped up there. Fourth tackle on the left edge now. And Sonny Luke darts out a dummy half and nearly touches down for a try. Tyrone Peachy passes right to Nathan Cleary, puts just a high kick up in the air, and it's taken nicely there by Reece Walsh, man.
And a good click there by the fullback of the Brisbane Broncos. Much attention, though, is given to Liotta there for probably an unnecessary sort of a hit there after being tackled on the floor there, Reece Walsh. And Farnworth, apologies, has the ball, but he's just going to get dragged back there. And a second tackle set here for the Broncos. How are they going to respond in kind here? And you see Kotoni Staggs trying to accelerate there, but is tackled. And off to, here we go, Selwyn Cobbo. Selwyn Cobbo finds a bit of a gap, and he's running. Oh, looked a bit electric there, but Yo hanging off the legs there does well to take him down. Fourth tackle set here. And again, the Broncos on the front foot here. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Sixth tackle run there by Jordan Ricky. Fifth tackle set here. Carrigan's just going to opt to pass instead. Man goes out left to some here. There's a bit of a space here. Hetherington with one little kick there. Oh.
And there's that man again, Dylan Edwards, just safe as a bank, mate. Just got a question here from Almost Brisbane Broncos, and I'll just answer it like this. I've got it on mute. So, bro, tell me how the referee can change or influence the bunker's decision after he's made a call. What's the point in having a bunker if the referee can get involved in the final outcome? And I reckon I heard differently, like yourself, mate, maybe a couple of days ago. So I've got it on mute, so I'm not quite sure what's transpired for you to make that comment. So I apologize for not being more informative. But I agree in that sense. How can the referee have more influence over a bunker's decision? I think that's a fair question, man. So I don't know what's happened over the past few minutes because I do have it on mute, unfortunately. And hello to all West Brisbane Broncos, mate. Thank you. It's last tackle now, and Nathan Cleary puts up a high kick towards Jesse Arthurs, and he takes it beautifully. Hold the ball.
There we go. Collected there by Jesse Arthurs. Herbie Farnworth complaining to the sideline, touchy there, saying it was a high collect, but I think Penrith Panthers defense, Arthurs was on his way to the ground. Going out right this time here is Payne Haas with the ball in hand. And again, I think the Broncos will do well to not only shape up, but to also look for some offloads as well. It's what helped them score the first try. So hopefully they can bring that back as Jordan Ricky takes his 7th carry of the night there, Wobbenjaw. I am counting indeed. And fourth tackle set here is Walters going out left here. Carrigan, there's a bit of a movement here. Flegler looking around for the offload, and he's going to run, but there's just no one there to run off him there, Wobbenjaw. Lack of support. And fifth tackle set here, Broncos on the halfway line here. Madden.
A weird kick. I don't know what Jock Madden did. He had a conniption halfway through. He was going to kick that ball. Edwards passes left to Sunia Taruva. There could be danger here. Sunia Taruva bending the line back and stop Ricky, stop trying to drag him Gordon Tallis style. Oh, nearly. Holy crap, that would have been disastrous from Ricky. Oh, and a massive hit on Tyrone Peachy, I think by Jock Madden or Kotoni Staggs. Oh, and there's a bigger hit on Scott Sorensen, man. All right, so third tackle, Dylan Edwards starts out at dummy half towards the right. He's allowed to run, finds Nathan Cleary. Nathan Cleary's going back to the left. Now Luai's coming back to the right, and he's nearly broken the defensive line of the Broncos. Fourth tackle, midfield. The ball goes out to a running Nathan Cleary. Nathan Cleary. Oh, what's going to happen here? It's all back. So Corey Jensen was able to bat it back and save the day because it was nearly a try there for the Panthers.
Jensen here, and then the Broncos virtually on their own try line here, trying to move the ball forward here through Kotoni Staggs. It appears to be off to Selwyn Cobbo, out on his own there, and gee whiz, he bumps fly off there really badly there. And again, Kotoni Staggs and the Broncos there with a bit of gusto now added. But again, here we go. Defense has been the theme of the night there for the Penrith Panthers. Fourth tackle set here. Reece Walsh is going to give it a darting kick and obviously try and just work the territory game here.
He was looking for a 20-40, man, but Dylan Edwards he's had a great game tonight, Dylan Edwards, and he's going to be wrapped up just shy of the 40-meter line. I think with 6 minutes to go now, I reckon this is just about all said and done just quietly, but Sunia Taruva takes it up over the 40-meter line just by a meter or so. Second tackle now. Kenny, back out on the panic. He passes right to Brian Toto, and Brian Toto will play the ball just shy of the halfway line here. Third tackle, goes out right, Salmon back under, and he's met solidly there by Tom Flegler and Pat Carrigan, who can hold his head up high tonight. Holy crap. Fourth tackle, ball goes out left to Isaiah Yeo, and Yeo passes back right to Moses Leota. Last tackle now, and Nathan Cleary will kick from his own, from Brisbane's 35-meter line.
Here we go. And the collector there is Jesse Arthurs, who's been safe under the high ball all night as well. Credit to him there as well. He seems to be grimacing in pain there, Waldman Jaw. Slow to get up as well. And our man there, acting dummy half, off to Farnworth. Farnworth as well, who has been so good for the Penrith Panthers too. Now, Walsh here, acting dummy half, off to Madden. Madden got Donny Staggs. Gee whiz, and he does well to run over Tyrone Peachy there. Luai playing a little bit there. Probably should have been a penalty. Anyway, I digress. Tapatl there with the ball in hand. He's back. And again, the flowing braids, as we all know and love. Guest tackle there. Fourth tackle set here. Approaching the halfway line here now, the Penrith Panthers. But they won't work. They were wayward pass there by Payne Haas. Walsh looking around left, right, centre. What's he going to do? Oh, my goodness me. Wobbling Jaw. He's got a break. Off to a man. Man on the ball. He's Luai chasing him. And man with the ball in hand. What's going to happen?
Oh, no. And now Sunia Taruva able to make a few more meters. That would have been the try of the season, hold the ball. Alrighty, 0 tackle, 4 minutes to go. Oh, wow. Nathan Cleary at dummy half, passes left to Stephen Crichton. That's the play of the game. Even though it resulted in an error, that was the play of the game. Crichton plays the ball. Kenny passes left to Tyrone Peachy. And he's going to be stopped just shy of halfway. Midfield. Second tackle, Kenny passes left to Dylan Edwards, out to Fisher Harris even further left, and third tackle comes and he's just shy of the 40-meter line. Kenny comes back infield, right of the ruck, to Dylan Edwards, who has another hit up. I don't know if it's Cleary or Edwards that's man of the match tonight, mate, but fair dinkum, cut from the same cloth. And it is Cleary who finds Salmon, bit of ball playing towards Crichton. Crichton just trying to find his way back infield. He actually passes back to Cleary. Cleary now looking for Luai, bypasses him, bypasses Sorensen, and he just takes the tackle himself. Last tackle on the far left edge, on the 20-meter line. Ball's in the hands of Luai, and Luai puts it high up, looking for Crichton. No, just a nice settler there for Herbie Farnworth to take.
Yeah, it's a good click there by the Broncos. And again, so close to scoring probably a try, in my opinion, of the year. But anyway, Arthur's there with the ball. And unfortunately for the Broncos, they go nowhere. Second tackle set here, though. A penalty would be good, or a line break. Farnworth trying to force the issue there. Guest tackle, though, unfortunately. Third tackle set here for the Broncos. Mam going right this time here onto Flegler. And you can try and pump the legs. But again, his tackle there makes about 5 odd meters here. Fourth tackle set here. Broncos probably have only made collectively about 15 to 20 odd meters in that exchange. As I say that, though, Carrigan to the line break. Off to Kotoni Staggs. Kotoni Staggs tackle just 5 meters. Just before the halfway line here. Fifth and last here. What did the Broncos do? Walters looks left. All right, he goes left this time here. Right. Sorry, off to Madden. Madden with a big spiraling bomb as well. Who's going to collect it?
Oh, Toto takes it nicely on his knees and scrapes up a huge divot in that awful Suncorp Stadium turf, man. 20-meter line is Brian Toto. He plays the ball. Here's Dylan Edwards. And he's breaking away from tackles, ducking and weaving, but he's going to be stopped. 5 meters short of the 30-meter line. Here's Tyrone Peachy now. And he's arcing his way back midfield, looking for someone to hit up off of him. But he's just tackled there by Tom Flegler. There's 90 seconds to go, and Panthers have got this one wrapped up. Here's Lindsay Smith, who just got smashed in the face by Martin Tapo's bicep. And there's a chance here that if you've tipped Penrith Panthers 13+, there's a chance here that the Panthers could score a try here because they've got a penalty here. It looked a little bit worse than what it actually was, I reckon, but it's going to be a penalty. And Panthers are going to kick for touch.
Just waiting for something. Tupper Ooze on report. So if you tip Penrith 13 plus, there's a huge chance here. Looked a little bit worse than what it actually was. So they're going to have a fresh set here. 45 meters out from the try line. And through Jamin Salmon, they take the first hit up. And he's able to, or allowed to, make 15 meters on the run. So 32 meter line. Crichton passes left to Toto. Toto over the 30. Over the 20. Up midfield. Ooh, 15 meters out. Second tackle. Pass goes all the way out to the left of Jerome Luai. Nathan Cleary, he bumps off a tackle, comes back to the right-hand side, finds Moses Leota now. Moses Leota, he passes back to Cleary to the left. Cleary left to Lindsay Smith, and on the third tackle, he dies with it. They're 8 meters out here, 30 seconds to go. Mitch Kenny out of dummy half, passes to Isaiah Yeo. Isaiah Yeo is going to be held up over the try line. And we've got Reece Walsh, who looks like he's busted open over the left eyebrow. Wasn't a bad performance by Brisbane Broncos to not hold the ball. I don't know what you reckon about that, but there's about 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh, there's going to be a field goal attempt here by Nathan Cleary. And he's got it. He's got it. So 15 points to 4 is going to be the final scoreline in this one. They did it rather comfortably tonight, the Penrith Panthers, but that's not to be too disrespectful towards the Brisbane Broncos, because I think they can still hold their heads up high, man. But I reckon they've hit their mid-season hump. Have the Brisbane Broncos? They look like the blockbuster runaway start to the season that they've had. They just look a little bit knackered at the moment, and I reckon they're looking forward to the bye a little bit more than other teams have so far in 2023.
I don't want to do this, but I want to do this. Swob and Jaw, you mentioned Origin just quickly, right? Going to be named. Gee whiz, when we spoke about the fact that half their squad's been teared apart because of Origin, and they travel over to New Zealand as well next week.
Yeah.
So look, again, just to go back to that game there with the Broncos, look, my thoughts on that game there, as you asked beforehand, I thought they did really well. Again, obviously, put into context, Adam Reynolds wasn't there. They look, by all accounts, they should have lost by 13 plus. They didn't. And it's true testament to what they are and the resilience and that they've built this season. But you're right. I think that they're hitting that mid-season bump that they do. Now, do they recover? I guess that's the question. Now, obviously, it's a wait to see when Reynolds comes back and so on and so forth. But in all hindsight, in all reality, the game overall, look, I don't think the Penrith Panthers were really troubled, though, to be fair. I think that's probably the summation there. They were controlled throughout the whole game, and had it not been for that Reece Walsh kick, obviously, that led to the Cobbo try, it could have been 15-0, in my opinion. So, again, granted, good showing there by the Broncos, but Penrith Panthers, they're just clearly too dominant, in my opinion, in this game.
Nah, sorry. Look, always Brisbane Broncos. It's just our opinion, mate. And it's just you guys have hit that wall a little bit earlier than mid-season, mate. I mean, I always felt confident in Melbourne Storm winning last weekend, and I think they've just been a little bit bruised over the past couple of weeks, man. So, look, we're not being disrespectful towards the Brisbane Broncos at all, man. There are a lot of positives to take out of that tonight for sure. They still made a few tackle breaks. They still at times looked dangerous in defense, nearly scored the freaking try of the year with a few minutes to go. But just that Penrith defense, man, just Penrith in general seem to be getting better and better every single week, man. And they looked pretty comfortable tonight, even though there were a couple of moments in play where Brisbane looked like they were going to come for him, but it never eventuated.
No, not at all there. And yeah, look, I just saw the comment there just quickly, that he saying that if Reynolds comes back, we'll have to wait and see. But look, there's no doubt that the Penrith Panthers, that the Broncos will be stripped of a lot of players come Origin time. They will be. So it is what it is. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I agree with you there, Wob and Joel. Firmly in the driver's seat there, the Penrith Panthers. Broncos, it is what it is.
All righty. So what happens here? I'm going to go into the draw now, actually. No, okay, we won't do that. So I think the Panthers actually have the bye
next week. Again, I'm just looking for the draw to load up for me, but I don't think I'm going to be lucky in that regard. But you mentioned it there. The Broncos are away to the New Zealand Warriors next weekend, and they are going to be without Selwyn Cobbo, I reckon. Adam Reynolds will be back, which will be a huge bonus for the Broncos. Payne Haas will be out. So going to be missing a couple of blockbuster players next week. And the New Zealand Warriors, they probably will have Luke Metcalf back for him to make his first grade debut for the New Zealand Warriors. So yeah, that's going to be a really interesting game, that Warriors-Broncos game at McLean Park in Napier next week. And I'm pretty certain that the Panthers have their second bye from next weekend.
Yes, and just quickly as well, not to make this about Warriors, but Mitch Barnett as well is also a chance as well.
Oh, true. That is true. So I reckon that's probably the game of the weekend, just quietly next week. Warriors and Broncos on Saturday. So yeah. All right then. Well, I will leave it to that. Thank you very much for everybody tuning in. Unfortunately, second versus third, it wasn't a game that lived up to the hype, unfortunately, for me. Still great passages of play from both sides. Completion rates were upwards of 85, 88% to finish off that first half. So there was still some good footy played, but overall, man, just a bit of an arm wrestle sort of a contest, man. So what are you doing this weekend, mate? Is it going to be a live stream from you, or where are you watching the Warriors play from this weekend, mate? No, you've got to buy this weekend. Kick the feet up, mate.
That's it. Look, it's all about relaxing, watching other teams work hard whilst we get the Broncos next week. Well, enjoy it. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, man. Yo, well, congratulations to Penrith. Good effort by the Brisbane Broncos tonight. But yeah, thank you very much for everybody tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.